There's Heidi. There's the tree.
We're here. It's crazy.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hello, welcome. What do you say? Oh,
Because I love that intro. I didn't see it before we went live because Brandon was just doing it. So
yeah, it's like a little
Makes me-
surprise.
makes me just so happy
Like,
that we
miss
went
it.
on that trip. Yeah.
I know. I feel like you'll be excited to see in the vlogs. A lot of those moments there are very funny,
Yeah.
and there's lots of laughs. So we had to put some of those in. But welcome and hello. We're back from our trip. This is the first time that we've chatted since then, which is so exciting. So we're gonna dive into all of the trip stuff. We'll like answer questions and we'll hang out and we'll just kind of do like, I guess, a trip recap and a breakdown of each of the days and kind of get into that with you and then answer questions. But we hope that you're excited. Happy Friday. Be sure to give this live a thumbs up. It helps us out so much, and subscribe if you're new, and be sure to stay tuned because we'll touch on some of the vlog stuff after because we got vlogs. A cough.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
There's vlogs to come.
can't
Obviously,
control the
one
cough.
posted today, but we'll have those. We'll have those coming out at like as we go. There'll be
What
more
is there?
vlogs, like more vlogs next
yeah.
week, which we'll talk about later
I
on.
think I
But
need to fix my hair. It looks like it's
okay.
out of place.
super cash. Well, welcome everyone who is here in the chat. Also, we're gonna say that Brianna and Corey obviously went on this trip with us, and they're
As you
here in the
saw.
chat, but they got home and they've been busy, so we are doing this on this end. They can chime in on the chat if they have anything to say
Yeah.
about our trip, but stay tuned for the vlogs and you'll see all of the fun stuff that we got into. But 23 friends here. Be sure, like I said, to like this, and we just appreciate your support so much. So let's welcome everyone in, and then we'll get into some of the trip stuff. It feels weird that we're not doing like a bracket. I feel like my little screen
The
here usually
brackets
has a
keep
bracket or
going,
like
we're
an
just
intro.
chatting.
We're just going to be chatting, which is fun.
It's loose.
Loose and
fluid.
flowing. Yeah. Corey's here. Welcome. Thanks for being here, Corey. Francesca is here. T Squiggle is here. Welcome. The Dapper Vanta crew is here. Welcome. Kim is here. And the Dapper Vanta crew wants to know, is that a Squishmallow Christmas tree on the shelf? It is.
It is, and we have my favorite one. Well, not saying that. I feel bad saying my favorite now that I said it out loud, but one of the Squishmallows I really like is a pink Christmas tree. We have that one as well, but it's not in the background.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you
Brianna,
for noticing.
yes, Brianna wants us to send the link. We'll gladly send you the link if you want to come on. That's so funny. So does Corey. Might as well send it to him as well. There we
Yeah.
go. So funny. Francesca can't wait for the vlogs. We are excited for the vlogs too.
Me too.
And we'll touch on the one of them that posted today, but we're
Yeah.
so excited. Magical Castle is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Allie is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. So is Tyler, who we got to see,
Yeah.
which is so fun. Welcome, Tyler.
Working it at Dino.
Yes. And then Caitlin is here and says the brackets get a rest for a week,
Let them rest.
which is so funny. They need a rest,
They
but
need
rest
a
assured,
rest.
which we'll touch on at the end of this in 2025. Dare I say year of the bracket?
No.
Just kidding. No, we have some
We're
brackets
gonna be going
planned.
live every night.
every night, every weekend, all the
Different
lives.
bracket every
All the
day.
lives. I also can't tell Brianna saying send it. I feel like that this is
It's probably true.
I can't tell if it's true or if it's not true. So
Girl,
let us know. T Squigglers, you haven't been here for the last couple lives and was so sad. We missed you. People in the chat were noticing it. The brackets were so sad that T Squiggle was not here. Madison is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. We appreciate that. Wander This Way is here. Hello. Corey says that Brianna has Sorcerer Mickey, so send her the link.
Yeah. Where's your guy?
She says it's as true as a gingerbread Diet Coke. Well, I'll get on it and I'll send it. And then if you want to come on, you come on, but there's no pressure, guys, at all. No Katie needs to know more about the flight landing, which we'll touch on. And yes, T Squiggle, you're like a legend around these parks for sure. But like I said, we are going to dive into all of the trip details and all the stuff of our trip. Like I said, we'll take any questions that you may have and we'll kind of get into all of that stuff. But we're very excited to get into this because I feel like that our trip was so fun. It was very fun. I'm sending Brianna this link right now, so we'll see if randomly Brianna. It's Brianna. Yes, it is. Also, Tyler got his new role today, working at Epcot Festivals on World Showcase, still doing merch. Whoa. That's so fun. I know. Obviously, Dino Land is like that whole area. Like Chester Hester's closing in 2025, I think in like January. Yeah, which is crazy. But like I said, we're going to get into each of the days. We'll take any questions. If you have any questions about our trip, about anything that you maybe saw like in the stories that you're like, oh, like I want to ask about that, or as things kind of come up as we go, we'll kind of touch on them. But I'm just going to share this because obviously this posted earlier today. And this was our travel day vlog, which is where we will start this little journey because we had a very good, I would say, travel day. It was early, but I feel like for us on a travel day, we normally, like on a Disney World trip, do a travel day and it's like a rest day, or we kind of like go to Disney Springs, explore the resort. We're not really doing too much other stuff. But what's different about this travel day specifically was we did Mickey's Very Merry that same evening. And I think honestly, to be honest, when I look back at this day, we were like very tired. The flight left an hour later. We had a very weird landing.
You were very tired.
I was very tired, I should say that.
I was in the vlog. I looked pretty peppy in the vlog, I must say.
Did. I want to touch on this though, and why that we talked about the landing in the vlog.
That was bizarre.
Was because we like, and I realized that we said this in the vlog, and people probably go, "Why do they sit separately?" Because I just was like, we sit separately
we need to
on a plane. It's because I always pay for like an exit row or a specific like extra legroom seat. Mm-hmm. So for me, I was in like an exit row this time, but. Like
it's because he's tall.
Yes, because I'm tall. They do though, like at the beginning, if you've ever flown in an exit row, they kind of explain that like if anything happens, like are you willing to help? And you say yes, and it's a whole thing. And they do that like at the beginning, but then like what was weird about this flight was like as we're about to descend, a thing comes on and it's the captain saying like, remember to find the nearest exit towards you in case of emergency. And if anything, like the oxygen things will drop down. And they're going over
again the
like emergency stuff again. And I remember sitting there being like, this is weird. I feel kind of uncomfortable that they're just bringing up like the exit plan here.
And then they like came by you guys again.
And then they came by the exit rows again and they asked us again, are we willing to help?
What are you supposed to say then? No.
Well, and then I'm thinking like to be honest, I sit in this row for extra legroom. I didn't think ever in my life I'm going to have to actually do the exit row duty.
So I didn't understand that. Because if you said no, what are they going to do?
But then it was
move you?
Yeah, but then it was all fine.
But then there was like a weird noise, and then also they put all the lights on. But I think they always put the lights on when you land.
I guess so. I feel like that it was honestly just like I was tired.
I think it was protocol.
And I was like, I don't know why they come over again. Anyway, that was that. But our travel day was very smooth. The plane had to de-ice for an hour. They said 15 minutes, but it was an hour. But like other than that, I would say that our travel day was perfect. This is the first time though that I will say on a Disney World trip that our room wasn't ready. And that there was kind of no updates. Like when we got there, they were like, it's just not ready. And we said, oh, like, okay.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because we went in and we said, usually like if you ask if your room's ready, they will like kind of make a room ready for you pretty much. Like that's the experience that I've had and I've seen people have. And so when we asked, the one cast member was just like, it's not ready. And then we're just like, oh, okay. And then we just like walked away and then we did the stuff that you saw. But then after we were kind of like, well, I feel like there's ought to be at least one room ready in this whole place. And so we went back, asked another cast member, and she was a bit more helpful.
She was helpful. She's like, I'll get you in a room right now. And then we got in our room, which was good. I feel like also our curse of a Disney trip is that never on the TV does it ever say our name. And that's, I think, because they just try to get us in a room. Like this time it was quickly in a room. So there's never been a time, except for with my parents, where it said like our last name on the TV.
Sorry about my cough.
Maybe one day. But this was, I think, a weird travel day also, because you saw it in the vlog. A lot of stuff at the end before Mickey's Very Merry didn't really go our way. We had planned to do like a monorail resort loop, but then underestimated that it's Christmas before a party. The gingerbread house at the Grand Flow, everybody and their mother wants to go see that. Oh my gosh, literally. So that was crazy. And then the line for the monorail to go to Magic Kingdom was the longest I've ever seen.
But it was so funny because we went on the monorail and we're like, oh, it's like, this is taking forever, whatever. We get on. Then we're like, oh, finally, we're at the Grand Floridian.
Yeah.
Get off. And then like, we're already like, wow, that was long. And then we just walked by the longest line I've ever seen in my whole life. Zigzagging, going around in Grand Flow. And while we're like, well, we just got off the monorail. There's nothing we can do. Yeah. But really, it's not that far. Like we could have walked.
No,
but
exactly.
When we came back around, the line was a lot shorter.
Yeah. I also wanted to touch on here, like to keep this a little bit like interactive with everyone if they want to share. But I feel like when you go to see resorts, obviously we stayed at the All Stars. We are, again, that is our situation. We like, I'm a student. People like asked us this, how we can afford to go. And
try to go like pretty cheaply.
We try to go pretty cheaply because I'm a student. Heidi now just has recently started her job.
Recently employed.
So we're all about the values, which this room wasn't like a value cheap price over the holidays. But anyway, I feel like when you do like a resort loop or a crawl, I feel like you really see resorts that it's like, I would love to stay there. And I'd love to know everybody's like
their favorite or their top one.
Yes, either dream or a favorite. But for me, like the Polynesian, which is like later in the days, is like on my list so bad. I think it just seems so beautiful. And obviously seeing people like who were in this chat have stayed there before, and like other people that we watch, I just think staying there seems so like just like awesome. I just like love the vibe
of the Poly.
Yes. And I think I would just love to stay there. I feel like that's my number one that I would want to stay.
I think that a lot of the times I always try to reflect on like if I was, because I think part of the reason why we enjoy the All Stars and like pop and stuff is because we kind of like embrace the fact that it's a bit like more like busy and like there's families and there's kids and it's like the Disney, like the little Disney touches, like the over Disney touches, we like are like, yeah, love that. And I think that sometimes when I think about the other resorts, like the deluxe resorts, right? I think I'm like, does it feel like you're at Disney? Does it feel like you're away from Disney? And like, would I like that? Would I not like that? But the Poly is one of them where when you're there, it like feels like you're like in like some tropical place. Like it feels like you're, but then also there's still Disney vibes. But like that's one where I feel like it does feel like you're actually like somewhere different.
Yeah.
And in a cool way. Yeah. In a unique way.
I'm just laughing at this because we hear the Bellman pictures.
Is the callback to the Poly?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Me and Anna and Elaine, we're trying to take a picture and we asked one of the Bellmen, and it was just
the most
quite possibly the worst picture ever. But I feel like honestly, like my only point on all this was I feel like every resort has pros and cons. And I feel like obviously if you're kind of balling on a budget, the All Stars will serve their purpose. Like for us, it was again, like the food court's basic. If you don't want to eat there, like you don't have to. I think you can still explore other resorts, but I feel like obviously as kind of time in our life goes on and like as we get older and are able to make more money, I'm sure that we'll stay at different places. I would love to, but like, I feel like honestly, like when people ask how we go to Disney and stuff and how we can afford to, I feel like it is because there are times when you have to do that kind of stuff. And the All Stars or like a value serves their purpose, especially for people who, again, like on this trip, we were like so go. There was no time to be at a resort at all.
Weren't even at a resort.
No,
the last night we literally weren't even at
the last night, which again, we will get to. But we I think that they serve their purpose for you. And I just want to say that here that like people have asked us, especially on this trip, like how do you afford to go?
Yeah.
Like and all these things. And that's what it is. I feel like you can make it work if it's within your budget. Obviously, people sometimes it's like a once in a lifetime trip to go to Disney, which is fair.
Well, and even when we say that we're going on a budget, we have to keep in mind that like just because it's like on a budget doesn't mean it's not still expensive.
Exactly.
And
That's what I was
still
going to say.
Significant for someone, because at the end of the day, everyone has like different budgets,
and especially during this time.
Yep.
Like I said, like an all-star room was not priced like an all-star room.
No.
Anyway,
but anyways, that's a long room.
That was our travel day, and I just want to say, because again, like seeing the Grand Floridian.
Oh yeah.
Was so nice. I've never seen it that busy, and I had been there like a few times in the summer.
Crazy.
That is the busiest that lobby has ever been, and I think some people in the chat were saying the same. But like the line, like to go buy cookies and just everything in the whole lobby was so busy. And then I think for us, it was like we were on a time crunch to get to Very Merry, and we wanted to do this, but then it was like the roadblock of like the boat took long, the monorail line was long. So then we kind of, I didn't even notice.
I was like, how are you not noticing? That's why
because I'm looking at my other screen. Dun, da, da.
Hi.
I'm laughing because I couldn't tell if you were serious, and I feel like I don't want you to feel obligated to be on here. So
the minute we were sitting on the couch, it was about 7:58. I said, "Oh no!"
We regretted this decision.
This feels wrong. I said, "Mom, I gotta get out. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go, and we gotta watch." We're matching.
Oh.
And how funny, because I've been wearing this all day.
Well, you know what? I just slapped it on for this live, and it was like it was meant to be.
Love.
The eye rolls continue.
Oh, guys, we just like after watching that little like intro clip.
Brought me so much. Oh yeah, the joy. The joy.
I'm gonna kind of catch up on all this, and then we can chat because I think there was lots. Well, this was Corey's that the gingerbread Coke was.
That was the most heinous thing I've put in my mouth.
No, I didn't think. Okay, we're gonna get there.
Actually, that's a lie. Second.
Yeah, second most.
Second. We all know what the first one is.
Yeah, so sad. And this one, when are we gonna take a Disneyland trip together? Literally
next year.
Yeah. Oh look, and Brianna wants to come.
But I want to go.
Next year.
I want to go on any trip that anyone's going on ever. Right here.
This is also fun. People love to fly. T Swiggle loves to fly. The weirdo that gets excited flying into the clouds because I want to
know what kind of turbulence. That's a nice way to look at.
That's fun.
I have been getting a lot better on my flights.
Yes.
I have to say, I don't cry, and I try to pretend that it's fun, and then I do a good job. So just wanted to share that because before I used to just hate it on there.
Ozzy.
There's Aussies here. The Grand Flow Gingerbread was busy on November 16th. It was very busy when we were there too. Yeah. All-Star Club for real. The All-Stars are so popping that they got their own merch.
They got their own.
We all know I'm not an All-Star gal, but can we talk about how absolutely like adorable the sweatshirt is?
Yes. I kind of am like, I should have got that. Which also will kind of touch on the merch because I'm kind of disappointed in myself. We were talking about this earlier today that we're sad that we didn't buy enough. Madison says about to stay at 2 value resorts for the first time this week before and after the cruise, and I'm actually so excited. Like I think I'm actually gonna love them. Ooh, which ones?
Yeah, which ones?
Maybe you don't want to share.
You don't have to share if you don't want to.
But
you'll have to let us know what you think.
Yes, please let us know. I would say obviously Pop is like our favorite. If we could stay there,
love Pop.
Favorite. But the All-Stars serve their purpose for sure. The next trip to the Poly. Hey, don't make a promise if you don't want to keep it.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
we're all coming.
When am I going for my next DCP? I am not doing another DCP as much as I wish that I could have. I this year would not even be eligible to do one because they changed the requirements and rules. So I'm glad that I did the both when I did, which is good. I miss it. I watch the vlogs kind of often. I just love it. So those are all on our channel, both Summer's vlogs. But yes, I will not be doing one. But anybody who's here, who's watching and is doing one, good luck to you. And I hope you have the best time ever because I just loved it so much. I have a video in the new year, which I shared last time about why you should do the DCP and why it's like the best thing ever because everybody kind of hates on it. Well, it's true. Everybody.
Who hates it?
Look, Bree wants to know. This was need to hear about who got a pin box. I don't. Well, we'll touch on it. Did we?
Oh wait, did we ever? Wait, yes, we had to have.
I don't know.
We did.
I did.
Brianna definitely got a pin box from me.
Well, I didn't.
Well, we got you the Adventureland one.
I bought it myself.
I'll give you cash for that.
Granted. You're not. We shook on this.
Yeah,
we did, but
did.
yeah, but you know what? Like Heidi brings it up now. We're home. She's like, "Did we ever get that pin box?"
I
I'm like,
forgot. I forgot.
how am I supposed to know what we paid for in Disney World?
I don't know.
Llama Floof is here, the icon as
Llama
well.
Llama Floof.
Wander This Way wants to know the best time of year to visit Disney. If you could only go once a year, would you go Christmas or Halloween, or would you go other? We can kind of each go around the table if anyone has any thoughts.
I mean, there's something so magical about going during Christmas, but I am a firm. It's like I'm a firm believer in. I'm choosing the other category. I'm a firm believer of March. It is the best weather to go. It never rains. It's not obnoxiously hot, even though it's warm though. So you can chill by the pool and do all that stuff, but you're not dying in the park. I love a March time.
Love it.
Nice.
It's fair. Brianna, like Heidi, do you got any thoughts? I know mine, but I don't know if you guys have yours.
Best time to visit if you could only go once a year. I think if we, like, let's say we think about the year 2025, if we could only go on one trip for 1 week, it would be a toss-up for me between March and May. March, when we went this past year, we went during Orlando's spring break, and Epcot was at like 50% capacity, and like the weather was perfect. Like it was really such a beautiful time. We've never really been when the parks were like that before with such good weather. However, May is like the unsung hero of Florida. It's like hot, but it's not, you're not like melting, but you know it's going to be warm. But like the pool breaks are perfect because it's like you're excited to swim. So I would say like March or May are my favorite.
And a key contributing factor to that, just going off of like busyness as well, that's like towards the very end of Florida school. So locals are not pulling their kids out. So it's like it's not as busy. I mean, obviously, you have your random weekend day, but like during your week, you're smooth sailing.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good answers. What about you? Do you got one strongly?
Well, first I'll say between Christmas and Halloween, I like Christmas.
Me too. If I had to pick between the two holidays, for sure.
But I'll say this one's a different, like kind of a random answer, but I'll say two more. I've never, well, we've only ever been during the really hot or November or December.
Yeah.
Well, I have. Have you been another time? I don't.
Like I've been in January and then the summer months.
Okay, yeah.
And then in April. I've been kind of a lot of times. Okay, you've been a lot then.
Okay, so I would like to go like around like what you guys are saying, like May or something to see, because I really like, I don't mind when it's really, really hot because I really like the summer and I just like want to be in the sun and warm. But I know that like when I go in June, August, like that's like very hot. It's like you're sweating the whole time.
Yes.
So I'm also going to say for your birthday, like whatever your birthday is, if you could go for your birthday, that would be fun.
I like that answer. I would say for me, obviously, there's pros and cons to every time. I would say like in between the two holiday seasons, Christmas to me is just the absolute greatest. But I'm also a big Christmas person versus a Halloween person, so I feel like that contributes to it, obviously. But like I would say for me that also May would be mine, because when I was on both of my programs of the summery months, like May to August, May was the way less busy and not as hot. So for me, like I remember getting our passes and it was like you can ride everything. There's nobody there really. The weather's still nice, but it's not too too hot. Like I will say this time going on this trip, I was like so cold and I did not expect that at all.
So chilly.
It was so cold. And we'll get to this later about going to watch Fantasmic. Freezing cold. Like there were so many moments. I have never been colder. I didn't pack.
It felt
properly.
like we were in Canada.
It felt like we were in a Canadian winter-ish at nighttime, which was crazy to me.
It was weird.
It was so cold. But
I think we were like a low 40 the first 3 nights. It was something.
It was chilly.
Weird.
So I would say for me, like those, but I also do like the answer of the birthday. I feel like I've never got to do that for a birthday, but I feel like having your birthday at Disney is like a special fun thing.
I was actually going to ask, like, have all 4? I was going to, because I know Brianna and I have been at Disney for our respective
There's something
birthdays.
so special.
Have either of you two done Disney on your birthdays?
I did Disney on my actual birthday. When was that? 2 years ago now?
In 2023 last year.
No, because last year we were at Disneyland.
No, this year we were at Disney.
This year we were at Disneyland. Okay, yeah. So last year I did it on my actual birthday, and then this year I was almost in Disneyland for mine.
Yeah, it was like a few days. I've never been. I've been for my sister's birthday, which was 2 weeks before mine, but not my actual birthday. So one day,
We'll
hopefully,
have to make
we'll have
So,
to make
Brianna, what I'm hearing is that we need to do a surprise birthday party
Yeah.
for you this year.
it in Disney World.
Party.
party.
Everyone's
but no,
invited.
Yes, everyone's invited. Everyone in the chat, come on down in the end of April. But no, like I would say those are our answers, and maybe everybody in the chat has their favorite time. But Madison says Pop first,
Yes.
and then All-Star Movies. There you go.
I
Pop.
think you'll love
Pop is my
to be
like
honest.
unsung hero, which I feel like in the Disney community people just love Pop, and it lives up to the name.
Lives up to it.
We love Pop. Francesca had a dinner at Chef Mickey's and then visited the gingerbread. Like
Oh, that's cute.
that's so magical. That's fun.
Great
Stacy's
time.
here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Francesca says the beach club had the gingerbread carousel. We got to see that. That was fun.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, very cool. It was themed to like a Christmas carol.
Oh, was
It
it?
was like Ebenezer Scrooge and stuff on there.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice that.
We might as well skip to this because a few people are asking this about this. Bree says, I knew the sugar cookie mush in your mouth was going to be a letdown. I was with the girlies on that one. And Llama Floof says, wait, you're saying the cookie dough thing was bad? Because I remember Llama Floof was like, this is the easiest bet of all time.
Yeah.
And guys, what happened with the
boys.
sugar cookie?
It was nauseating.
It was heinous.
It was literally
Heinous.
the most absurd thing. It didn't make sense. It was raw. It had oil pockets. I said, what is going on in here?
But see, like, here was the problem with it.
All of
Not
it.
only was it raw, it was like a raw soup of cookie dough.
It was
Yeah.
disgusting.
It was, it was awful.
You know what they should have done? They should have made the interior like a cake pop consistency.
Yes.
Yes, which
See,
is what I thought it was.
That's
gonna
what that's what I thought it was going to be. So I was like, oh, that's exciting that it's going to be like slightly underdone, but like in the best ways. This was like, honestly, I think that the egg was still in it. It was
It was
raw.
raw.
Like it was,
Yeah, the egg was moving around.
Not even the egg was raw. It was still a chicken.
Yeah,
It
what's
was,
going on
it
in
was,
those
it was
eggs?
a chicken at that
Mom,
point.
what's
Oh
going
my
on
God,
in those eggs?
gross.
yeah, it was not good. And honestly, it was like my sure bet that it was going to be good. And
Well,
it was
because
just,
even I didn't think it was gonna be that bad.
It
Like I
was
thought it was gonna
horrible.
be like a close call where we'd be like, oh yeah.
no,
like,
it was just it was honestly probably
I
the
wanted
worst
to
food
skip
item
that.
that we had the whole trip.
It was disgusting.
It had to have
Yeah.
been. That was so bad. It was
We
actually
took a bite and we all said,
It is a core memory and in the worst way possible.
yeah.
it was just so bad.
Very
So
uncertain. Yeah.
stay tuned for the reaction. I think I have. It's honestly like a 6 to 8 minute clip of us with the sugar cookie.
I
We're
can't wait
just
for that.
God,
have it there, and all of us
Oh, yeah,
try, and we
'cause
talk
we all
about how
tried
bad
it,
it is.
And nobody was allowed to
No
react.
one, said, no one was allowed to give a
You
reaction.
just had to hold it in your mouth, but luckily I went last.
But I'm pretty sure Brianna and Heidi's faces were just like pure misery, just
Yeah.
holding it in.
I'm also laughing because holding food in our mouth, I did that a couple times. On
Yeah,
this
he did.
Yeah, you did.
I go, why are you doing that? He goes, I just want to get my reaction. I go, just
Swallow
chew it again.
the food.
because what happened was I was filming and the camera died, and I kept the food in my mouth and didn't chew, so I could have enough
I was laughing so hard. My
Yeah,
eyes
that's
were full of
right.
water.
Where was that?
Epcot.
at
I
Epcot.
was crying. I was
Wow.
crying, my friend.
So
Whoa, I was crying, laughing
we-
so hard.
we
That
had a
was
lot of
funny,
moments. Where are we at here? Disney is the best magical place on earth, says Italian Polly. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Francesca went for her birthday and there was the Christmas stuff out.
Oh,
T Squiggle's a May girly, early May. Flower and Garden. Francesca's asking, is March hot? I've never been in March, so I'm not
I
sure.
would say it's a nice like low 80 situation.
It's really not that humid.
It's not
Like
the
when-
humidity, that's the key.
When we went in March, we had like 65 to like 68 degree mornings, but we never broke, I think, 85.
Yeah, it was always lower than 85. But to Brianna's point, the humidity's still there, but it's
But
not
not
like
nearly as much.
July, August.
No, it's like
September.
almost non-existent.
Tyler wants to know, what do you think about the water parks? I've never been. We planned to go to a
Yeah.
water park on this trip, but it was too
Yeah.
cold, which is rough. But I think, ever since our trip with Haley and Tommy in 2021, we are like full water park people, like at least for a half day, at
Yeah.
least.
And I'm just
on
a
a
water
long
park
trip.
person anywhere, like not even
Yeah.
at Disney, so it's already a yes for me. And then at Disney's better, but I've never been to Blizzard
Blizzard
Beach.
Beach. I also wanted to say that I thought that doing a water park day in between would make you tired. It actually like rejuvenated us
It
both times.
rejuvenates. Absolutely.
It was awesome. I don't know how you guys feel, but we love it.
I love the water
We are
parks.
water park stands. We
Yeah.
love it. I think this is our first trip, and I couldn't tell you how many trips where we didn't do a water park.
Yeah, every time we go for a week, if the weather's nice enough, like we go every time. And to me, I like a full day. Like I think
Yeah,
if
we're
we could
full
go
day,
for a half day,
open
we
to
would.
close.
But
Yeah.
I very much like to be there. Like I have a little bit of a sleep in. It's my one morning to like get Mickey waffles at my hotel,
Yeah.
and then we go to the water park. And this is something you don't have to do, but Corey and I have done it
The best-
almost every time that we've gone.
Yeah.
The first time we didn't even know it was a
Yeah.
thing, but you can rent umbrellas at the water parks. In the off season, they're $50 a day. In the on season, I think they're about $100. That is I will say it is a pricey penny. Like it's definitely not cheap by any means, but you get a wristband for the day and you have private access to 4 beach chairs, unlimited towels, an umbrella. You're like right in front of the wave pool is one of the areas on the right side too. And I like it because there's times where maybe Corey wants to like go on a ride in the lazy river. And it sounds silly, but like sometimes I just want to like bring my Kindle and have a Dole Whip and read or like take a nap for an hour. Like I like to be there till 6 o'clock.
There's 2 major things about it that I love.
Yeah. The water
You
park or
don't-
the umbrella?
The umbrella.
Sorry.
You don't have to worry about a locker.
Yeah,
Because
it's like
you're
put
in
your
a
stuff in.
secluded area, your
Yeah.
stuff stays there. Your stuff, you feel like, even though it's
Yeah.
not like locked, but you
Locker's
feel
$30
secure.
anyway. So it's like,
You
why
feel
not just use
secure
the chair?
having your stuff there.
Yeah.
And then 2 is you're not on top of everyone.
Mhm.
Like you see like that little like beachy section and it's just like 1,000,007 chairs and I just get anxious looking at it.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that it's like there's 11 umbrellas in this one section. It's only you and these people and
It's
you
so
have your
nice.
space. It's very nice.
It's a treat. Like you don't
It's a
have
treat.
to do it.
Absolutely, you don't
But
have to.
when we go for a full day, I'm like, okay, well, this is my lightning lane pass of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my like, instead of a sit down dinner tonight, we're gonna like do this as a treat.
Yeah.
So I'm a water park girl.
But even Brandon, to your point where like it rejuvenates you because even though yes, it's still a park day, but you're doing a hell of a lot more lounging
Yes.
than you are actually like gallivanting around the park.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know in 2025 they're starting that on your check-in day you can get in like for free to like the water park.
Yeah.
It's fun. So I feel like that's a
Has it
good
started already?
No, starts
Okay.
in January, which like is a really cool like incentive that if you're going to stay at a Disney resort, you can either do that or the mini golf for like a free thing that day,
That's
which I think is cool.
Oh.
Like obviously if on a travel day you're not interested in like obviously going to a park or doing those things, you could do that like in a Disney Springs for dinner kind of situation if you want.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's something to keep in mind.
Mhm.
I was unaware. That's great.
Mhm.
And if you ever can swing it, if you're ever there in the summer, do an H2O glow night.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
good
that'd be
idea. Yeah, because you guys did that.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Bucket list, like probably one of the most incredible park days that we like, park nights, park anything that we've ever had. Like it was so unbelievably fun.
And my sister and her boyfriend only want to go now in the
Summer,
just
'cause they
so
wanna
we
do
can
that.
an H2O glow night.
That's fun.
That's fun.
That's
yeah.
fun. So big water park stands over here for sure.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that it's so tragic about the sugar cookie hand pie.
It was,
Yeah, it was disgusting.
such a letdown.
Haley's here, just got home from the parks, so joining late. Thanks for
Ooh.
joining.
Oh, I'm so
Thanks for
jealous that you're in the
joining.
parks.
Wait,
Wow.
what park or parks did you
Yeah,
do today?
what'd you do
That's what I was
today?
gonna say. What did you do?
Say highlights.
Francesca's picky with sweets. T Squiggle would have liked it. She says, "I'm a cookie dough junkie."
Girl, I don't know.
I don't think you would.
I don't think anybody would like that thing.
It tastes
Really,
like oil.
And also, Llama Floof is holding out for hope to go to the party and get it because they're going soon.
Llama Floof message us. I need to know.
I
I
hope
promise
you
you,
do.
it's disgusting. Like you must get it, but it's literally nauseating.
Let us know
I
if
really
they
do.
protect it.
Mhm.
Llama Floof wants to know how was the temperature on this most recent trip. So we kind of briefly touched on it, but I would say there was a few parts in the day, especially the one day that we did the like full park day, where there was like a hot section during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it was kind of like, ooh, like it's a bit steamy out here. But then that night it just like dropped,
Last
Yeah.
drop.
which was so weird. That was like the quickest ever turnaround of like sunny, hot, like take a layer off to then we need more layers on. That's way
I
too
need more layers. Yeah, yeah.
I have never experienced anything in my life. Freezing to sweating back to frigid. Oh,
I
weird.
almost said to Corey, like, we should just get a stroller and leave it in the park for the day and put our bags in it.
for real.
We can have our layers. I'm like, the parents have it made. They can just take off their layers
Yes.
all day.
Rough.
So yeah, the weather was I have to say though, this is something that I did enjoy where it was chilly. There's just something about being cozy at Disney versus sweating. There's something about wearing a vest or like a bulky sweatshirt versus a t-shirt. Like there's just something about that like coziness to it. Don't worry, you're gonna freeze and you're gonna shiver, but like maybe it's worth it because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the little chill, you know?
I was actually explaining this to my mom on the phone this morning, where it's just like there was something so nice about it, knowing the fact that we were there for the Christmas parties, and there was that little nip in the air that made it feel like that warm and homey Christmassy feel, and it wasn't like you were in Florida and it's
like
hot and you
sweating.
just have a Christmas tree in front of you. It actually felt like somewhat of Christmas, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It is a good point.
I think at first I was in denial and I was wearing my shorts and freezing and being like, "Oh, this is great," and I was really cold. But then at the Jollywood night, I wore jeans, so that was I had to swallow my pride, and I was a lot more comfortable, and I enjoyed it, and I felt more of that like Christmas vibe where I was like, "Okay, it's Christmas, it's fun," and I liked it. But you were freezing. So
well, I'll say two things on it.
Every night.
I've never been colder than at Fantasmic, which I guess that we'll just kind of touch on. We were like, I was way too chatty with old coworkers, and then we almost missed the start of the show. I said, "Oh,
not almost missed. We did
miss. We missed Mickey doing two.
Yeah,
show started.
So then this sweet cast member said, "Would you guys like a really good seat?" And we said, "Yes, please." And she walked us probably 6 rows up. Ish.
On the bottom,
something
it
was
pretty close.
it was pretty
and
close.
I don't understand how she even sat us there because there was soda cups. So she must have saw the people sitting there put their cups there so that nobody would sit there. And then she just moved us, and the people grabbed their cups so fast.
Yes. And I already know that the people sitting behind us were like,
"Oh, you're kidding."
We're like, "You're
like we had this all planned."
The biggest human in this whole theater is gonna sit right in front of us.
Right in front of me.
But they had obviously the water splashing, and I was in my t-shirt and shorts shivering, and they didn't even do the fire to warm us up. Come on, how dare they? How dare they?
All things. I looked at Brandon.
They didn't do it the night that we went on our last night either. There was no fire.
I go, too
expensive to pay for heat? Not sure.
I literally looked at Brandon. I was just like, they didn't do the fire.
Yeah.
It's like sitting there just like, I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, of all nights where we're getting this cold mist.
I know.
No fire.
And I remember Corey saying that, like I can't wait for the fire. And I said,
fire.
And then he said, the fire didn't come. I said, I know. No fire. Crazy. But I will say it was very different for me, I would say, especially being there for a whole summer, your brain is programmed to it's hot. You're going to sweat the whole day and it's just uncomfortable. And it was weird to not feel that way at all. I wore a crew neck twice and I felt good, and if not cold. And I think that was very unique and different that I haven't had that in a while, which I would agree with you that I think that it felt nice to wear something different. And even if I was cold, I wasn't dying and needing to not have a shirt on because it was that hot. So that was nice. But I would say that plan for the weather, I feel like it's unpredictable, and bring layers because maybe you'll need them. Like you said, rent a stroller. That's a good tip.
Yeah, I actually like that idea.
I like that idea. T Squiggle recommends Volcano Bay at Universal. Heard lots of good things about that.
I want to go there. Yeah.
I'll say that's the It Girl water park.
The place.
Yeah.
Haley says, was in Universal for the Macy's Christmas Parade. That's fun. Love it. It's free express after 4 with her annual pass.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Wow. Fun. Rita's here. Hello. Welcome. Thanks for being here. And it was so nice to meet you. That was so nice. We finally got to meet you. We loved it so much, and we appreciate you taking the time. That was so fun. Oh, look at our girls here. Elisa's here. Welcome. Late to the party. Better late than never, girl. Welcome. So glad to have you here. Haley says, Corey, take the barcode off your rocks glass.
Yeah, I realized that. I guess I'm
gonna return it?
I guess I'm just lazy. I don't know.
But
fun. It is a Grand Floridian rocks glass on brand.
Yep.
So fun. Emily's here. Welcome as well, who we got to see rocking at her. Or sorry, she was working at Dinosaur, doing such a great job, and agreed on the coziness. And then Amy's asking, were we ever able to find the green fleece with Santa Mickey? No.
Brianna has it.
Brianna has it.
They did not have it at the parks.
They had it literally nowhere.
They had it a week before.
No resorts, no parks. And that was one thing, honestly, I would have got it after seeing Brianna like have it and seeing people wear it. And I thought that it was like mostly like a lady thing, but then I saw some kind of bigger burly guys wearing it. I said, I think I could rock that Santa Mickey.
Yeah, Brandon really wanted more than
liked
me
it.
in the end. I feel he was like, we have to find it. We didn't find
Because
it,
I
but
feel
it's
like
fine.
I also was freezing cold. I would have even taken that all-star crew neck at that point to warm up.
Yeah.
You know what, Brandon? For the amount of fuzzy fleeces I saw you try on, you rock a fuzzy fleece.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that so much. We
That's a
have
good
another
question.
question from Allie. Need advice on taking non-Disney people to the parks, going with my best friends in a couple weeks. Go
Yeah, I
for
was
it.
gonna say
Go ahead.
First, I plug mine and Corey's vlog series from July.
Let me
We
know.
took this was my first time ever taking non-Disney people to the parks. We took Corey's sister and her boyfriend. Now, for their context, they're not Disney people park-wise, but they enjoy, Disney films. Corey's sister has only been once in her life. It was the one time that Corey had went when he was a kid.
Circa 2004, baby.
2004, like Caribbean Beach was the newest resort opened. That's where they stayed. And then Tyler went, I think, for a day.
I think
like
he
a
only
day
went for
trip
a day when he was
and had like
7.
never been otherwise.
Yeah.
So advice for taking non-Disney people: A, watch the vlogs. But my biggest advice to you as the planner is, I believe that the reason why Megan and Tyler had such a good time, and we still talk about this with them to this day, is they said, like, we don't know anything, so we are just like not even going to try. Like, they were truly just like hitched on the wagon for the ride, could not have been more in the back seat. I mean, they just like, that was my biggest piece of advice is tell the people that you're going with to like fully trust you and go in with a really good plan. And I think that that's what made it so exciting for them, was everything to them was so new, that because they were going with people that were very experienced and they trusted us along the way. I think that's what made it really good. My other piece of advice is every day, or like right before, we'd say, okay, this is what we're doing today. What are the 3 things that you really want to do today? Like, we come here all the time. What do you want to do? Like, Tyler's main thing was he wanted to ride Remy's. Megan's was like, she really wanted to try a shaken Jamaican with a shot of hazelnut and cream. Like, and like every time that they had things that they really wanted to do, we were booking our days and our schedules like around those things. But yeah, it's they're gonna love it. I can guarantee you. It's just give them like the passenger princess experience and like you be in the driver's seat. That's how they're going to love it, because they don't know what they don't know. So you have to be the one to drive the car and they have to be comfortable in the back seat, not even the passenger seat.
My big thing was like, if they have an open mind and a positive attitude toward everything,
you'll do great.
You're going to do great.
Yeah.
But then also, like, what worked out insanely well for us, we did Epcot Guardians first thing out of anything, and that just set the tone for the whole trip. So
I
get
said,
a Guardians
I said,
reservation first and call it.
I said, like, don't look for that for the next 4 days. It's great, you know? So I think as long as you go with people that are really open to being in the back seat, hitching a ride, like having the walking steps, bringing their water bottle, like as long as they are open-minded and willing to just go with the flow, no matter where the flow takes you, like you be the planner and let them just like hitch along for the ride and they'll love it. And they loved it so much that now they want to go back in July.
They want to go back.
So like I think we did a good job.
We did a great job. And Brandon's had the pleasure of meeting them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so fun.
On that trip.
Yeah, seriously, the best. And you guys got to meet my parents on that trip. So
we love the Schroeders. They're so great.
I would say for us on this topic, we kind of have this where we went on our first trip and you had only been once as kind of like a kid.
And I didn't remember.
And you didn't know anything. So I was like you described, in like the driver's seat with her coming along for the ride.
I'm very good at just coming along for the ride.
Yeah.
That's my specialty.
Like the day that we were there for the first time, it was just like pure joy. And you can tell that now we have a Disney YouTube channel and we go like on trips often. So I feel like that you build a foundation. And honestly, what I was going to say, which like obviously all of you said this also well, but I think that Disney also, whether like you take the Disney out of it, like all of the stuff is amazing. Like Guardians, whether you like the Guardians or not, the ride's incredible.
We've never seen the movies.
Exactly.
Like, you don't even understand anything about it.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
if you don't know Star Wars,
You do ride for all I care.
Exactly.
I don't understand it at all.
exactly. Whereas if you go on Rise, you could know nothing about Star Wars, but it's awesome because it's this big spectacle.
So I'm
regardless,
gonna agree with you. Our first trip that we ever took, Corey and I had never seen Star Wars.
Clueless.
We did Millennium Falcon, Rise of the Resistance, and we had
Clueless.
no idea. We literally said in the ride line, people were waiting 4 hours. Okay, we have no idea what we're waiting for. And I FaceTimed a friend and I said, "We're going to ride the bird falcon to ride the smuggler."
Couldn't
And
tell ya.
literally, people behind us go, as if I was like a lunatic. And Rise and Smuggler's Run were like, where they were great, and we had no idea what we were even looking at.
But you know what? I love that because our curiosity was through the
Roof. Like, I just wanted to know what
and
people
I
were
just want to
talking
know what
about.
everyone was talking about.
Yeah.
So now, at least here I am later, seeing all 9 films 3 times in a row. Since then, I've watched The Mandalorian. I've watched some spin-off series as well. So it's like the fact of like where I became, I was like a person who's never seen Star Wars or knew what it was, to now just being like a Star Wars junkie, needing every Star Wars anything and having a freaking Grogu guy on my
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Brandon, but I was just
you're good.
Like,
No, it's like
so great because we went on our first ever trip and had literally no idea
one
what
clue.
we were looking at.
Yes.
But I think just because we were so excited and open-minded, I was like, okay, well, everybody likes these movies, so obviously it's going to be good.
Exactly. Like, and I think again, they just do everything so well, and like the vibe couldn't be more high.
Yep.
The people around make it so special, and I think honestly, also like the cast members, which I know this is like a prior cast member person, but like they also do such a good job at making it such a good experience that I feel like if your day is so busy, they're like they're just gonna love everything that you do because it's just gonna be like one thing after the next. And like you said, I think it is important to kind of get what they want to do, maybe do some research, like, and see some things that they could want to do, and then kind of like incorporate those. I think that'll go such a long way. But honestly, like, I think everybody in their life has been exposed to some kind of Disney movie or show. And I feel like that kind of builds a foundation that once you're there, I feel like you really kind of like lean in. And if they fully embrace it, they're just going to have the best time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just like be open-minded.
be
Yell
open-minded.
Sivako on Ride a Pass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, just like get into it. It might be cheesy, but get into it. And also like enjoy it yourself. Like, I think I saw that in the chat too, but I think I like, as people that also will vlog and you're trying to cater to someone else, like I think it's maybe you forget a little bit too that you're also there on a trip for you. And like, so don't forget that. Like, do things that you love, like bring them to things that you're really excited about so that you also feel like you're in that moment and you're just as invested, because don't forget, it's also about you too, right? Where you're bringing people, it's also about you too, Allie. So like, don't forget to do that.
Yep. And I'll say too that there's no greater joy than seeing other people be so happy about something.
Thank you. Yes.
Like I said, like when my dad came this most recent time and he got to do Rise and build like a lightsaber for the first time.
Love that guy.
His joy, I could just like watch that moment forever and be so happy because he's enjoying what I love, and it's like another level. I thought that was special. So
I'm learning how to do the new heart from Heidi. Did I do it right?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Perfect.
I can't do it. I'm stuck in this way, and that's
I'm
what
the same. I agree.
Heidi and Brandon keep us young.
No. Aaron is also here and says, me and my sister always watch your videos together and love your content and how positive you are. That means a lot.
That's
we
so
appreciate
nice.
that so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.
You guys are the best.
Well, you guys are the best. Thank you. Francesca says, will any of you guys be going to Disneyland like in Tokyo, I guess?
I would love to.
Oh my God, I had a coworker ask me this today, actually. Really? He was like, how was your Disney trip? I was like, it was awesome. He's like, have you ever been to the ones in Japan? And I was just like, random, but that's the dream.
Yeah.
He's like, the Tokyo Disneyland Sea looks incredible. I was like, it does.
I actually have a legitimate answer to this question, and Corey and I will get there in the next 3 years. I get the opportunity. I'm very, very fortunate and very blessed to be able to travel a lot for work. So if and when I get the opportunity to travel to Asia, we will make it a point to go to Disney if we are all the way over there. The goal is to do that before we start a family. Like we would like to go to Disneyland, Japan, or go overseas that far before we start a family. So I can guarantee you it will be in the next 3 years. We will get there.
Absolutely.
So
hey, I would say Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, Heidi's older brother wants to go to Tokyo so bad, and we said you
You
plan all the
do all
Tokyo-y
the regular
things.
stuff because he's like he's really good at like
He likes
finding
the
local
food
stuff
and the cool
stuff.
vibe, and we said we'll plan
We'll
the
go to
Disney.
Disney.
Let's all go together. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we
But
would
we
love
don't
to
know
do
when
that.
we're
We don't
doing
know
that,
when.
It's not made in heaven.
Yeah, we would just love it.
One day we will.
And then Aaron wants to know favorite coffee from the Disney
Shaky
parks.
Jamaica, Aaron.
There is only one. Shake Makey with a shot of hazelnut.
No.
Yes.
No, that's not my favorite.
Toffee Flight. I know that. What is it called? Toffee Flight?
Mhm.
Toffee Flight?
You can only get my favorite coffee at one place. It is at the Skyliner Joffrey's, and it's called the Toffee Flight.
Yeah.
I get it iced. I do not get it frozen. And it is one of the only coffees in Disney that I will drink from top to bottom. However, you guys, I didn't tell you this. On our last day, Corey and I went to the Carousel Coffee at the boardwalk.
Oh, yes.
I got the candy cane iced latte.
Mm.
I drank it all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, I would like that.
It was the most perfect coffee. Like,
Yum.
Also, quick
oh my God, it
plug,
was so good.
Carousel Coffee is out.
The cutest place ever.
The cutest little
It's like
place
Le
ever.
Petit Cafe. I didn't even know it
in the
existed.
Riviera.
Obsessed.
It's adorable. They have a good product there.
Love. Oh,
Love
what?
it.
Excuse me. Pardon.
That's awful. That's like blood. Like that. Like that.
I need
thing.
to just keep it here.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, obviously for me, Shaky Jamaica from Joffrey's,
Cheers.
which, like, I will say, like, after going to Disneyland, I
Yeah.
just want to say that Disneyland does have good coffee. We were worried. So anybody who's a Shaky
Disneyland has
Jamaica stan,
Exceptional.
I don't think they have anything as good to me as a Shaky Jamaica, but the Pim's
That
Test
is
Kitchen
better
Cold
than the
Brew.
Shaky Jamaica,
No,
I
it's
think.
not. It's
Yes,
not.
it is.
It's like a desserty coffee. It's like,
Oh,
like
I probably like that.
It's really good.
it has like
tastes
an
like
Oreo cookie and cookie cold foam.
It almost
like,
tastes like a milkshake when you're drinking
It
it,
was
but it's
very
like
good.
a coffee. It's
But
like,
Shaky
That
Jamaica.
sounds like right up my alley.
Yeah,
Yeah,
number
I
one
really
for
like
me.
it.
But I was worried. So any people who are Disney World
across
people
both
that are
worlds.
heading to Disneyland, they got good coffee. Don't even worry. Magical Castle has to take off, but enjoy the life. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you.
We love it. Also, 30 friends in here. Be sure to give this stream a thumbs up. Subscribe to Brianna and Corey to our channel. We'll later leave all the links, but we're just having the best time.
Yep.
Where are we at here? Don't worry. Watch all the sibling vlogs and love
Oh,
them.
good. So
Very
glad
good.
you love them.
Elisa, this might be a callback to the tag on the cup. I think all the cool kids are leaving the tags.
Oh.
As my insecure
Wait.
self was low key peeling them off under
Wait,
me.
no, it is all the cool kids because for Thanksgiving, I didn't know if I 100% wanted to commit to my sweater. So I wore it for the entire day with the tag and I liked it in the size bigger. So I returned it to Amazon with the tag. So I did wear my tag on my sweater all day on Thanksgiving.
There you go.
There you go.
And then, like you said earlier, there's a lot of people like advocating to have a good time yourself and all that stuff as well. Yes.
Yeah.
The Shaky Jamaica movement. I will not take all the credit. I feel like there's a lot of little pockets,
There's a
like
lot
Mr.
of
Corey
pockets.
himself, who
Yeah.
really, I think that all of us are kind of advocating
I
and
think
really
everyone
championing.
enjoyed it individually and then found
I
each
think
other
that's
All found each other.
and then
Yeah.
brought it together.
We're stronger together, so we always have to push it together, you know?
Yeah.
Big advocate for buying the Joffrey's coffee in the Joffrey's
Yeah.
brick and mortar in Disney Springs.
Yeah, we brought home 5 bags.
We bought home 5 bags.
That's
3 for Megan and Tyler and
Yes,
2 for
2
Corey
me.
and I.
But you shaken Jamaican is
Came home.
guaranteed. Came
The
2
best.
bags of that came home.
Yeah. Where are we at here? Llama Floop had a question, which is favorite holiday offering that you guys experience, which we'll kind of briefly do this now. Obviously, we on this trip, we did Very Merry, we did Jollywood, we experienced holiday resort stuff. So we did a lot of the holiday offerings. You can take this question, whether it's you want to do a whole encompass, like a whole party, or
Yeah.
like a specific food item, entertainment. Like, what was your guys' favorite holiday thing that we experienced?
I have mine.
I have mine too.
Go for it.
For me, it's just the decorations at Hollywood Studios.
Mhm.
Oh,
that
that's
place
not what I thought you were going to
is
say.
magical.
Yeah, it is.
Dressed up for Christmas.
Brings out your inner
It
child.
brings out your inner child, like just all the garland everywhere and the cute ornaments and the lights. And then also just with the addition of the neon, where it's like
Mhm.
not Christmas, but just like everything works and meshes together. We went there, I think 2 or 3 more times.
I
post
just
when you
needed
guys
more.
left. We just needed more, and it just I could not smile more
Yeah.
than just looking at Hollywood and Sunset Boulevard.
That's a good one.
Christmas decor. It's awesome.
I like that one.
My favorite holiday offering that we experienced was the Minnie's Very Merry Christmas fireworks at the Christmas party. There's something about those fireworks. They just feel so grand.
So awesome.
Like Happily Ever After is a great show for the song and like that it is Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
But there is something so incredible about the amount of fireworks that they do during the Christmas. Like it's just really magical. So I would have to say that was probably my favorite offering.
That's
like
a
was that
great
though
one.
I love those. I look forward to them when we
great
get
one.
to go all the time.
Really good one. Do you have yours?
Yes.
Go for it.
I have 2.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say 2.
Breaking the rules.
I know I'm breaking the
Breaking
rules.
the rules.
I was
That's such
also gonna have 2, but I didn't. So
Heidi,
I'm so happy Heidi's
Brianna
doing it.
rubbed off on you.
I know. It's because I was gonna do one, but then I want to do one because this one's only for me. But then I wanted to do one for like other people
yeah, okay.
as well,
Sure.
because nobody else did this. I met Lotso, which was like
Yep.
on the bucket list, and I just loved that so much. I got my little picture with him. It was so cute, and it was quite the experience, like waiting up to it. So
That's crazy.
almost didn't meet him. It was insane, but that experience. And then my other one was that little party at Mickey's Very Merry where Brianna got to dance with Santa Goofy.
Good one.
Oh
Yeah.
I took my nephew to lunch today at McDonald's, just on things,
Yep.
with my mom, and we were talking about my Disney trip. My nephew's 5, and like is infatuated that Corey and I get to go to Disney.
Go all the
And he
time.
always asks me, like, Cece, do you have any pictures and videos? And so I showed him the video of me dancing, and he literally thought I was the coolest person on
Yes.
It was cool.
Like that
so
video, the fact that I have that is like love.
That was awesome.
It was just so fun, and like the music was hilarious, like that they were
Mhm.
playing. Like it was just so
It
good.
was
And
good.
then
Oh my god, the music they were
I was like,
playing
what
in
are we
that
even
corner.
dancing
So
about?
so random.
it
Oh
was
my
so good. And then Santa Goofy is like someone that you have to like wait to meet. And
Yeah.
there's usually like a line, and then he's just dancing there.
Chilling.
And then
I
we're
just
like,
went,
"Rihanna, go dance," and you're like, yeah. And then he was
That
just
was
like
good.
meeting your vibe, and then you guys got pictures. It was really fun.
Good
So
one.
It was
that was
good.
a good moment.
Mine, I guess I'll say, which this is breaking the rules, but one of them, I just want to say this isn't like my favorite, but it's one that was like I was very stunned like how good it was, and it was that like NBC sing along, like the
Oh,
Nightmare
yeah.
Before Christmas thing.
Yeah,
I was
good, right?
I can't believe how good like
It's
that has
so
no
good.
business being that good. It
Yeah.
was incredible. And I know that you guys had told us how good it was, but I kind of in my head was like
But also-
obviously it'll be good, but it
why doesn't
exceeded
nobody
my
talk about
expectations.
that?
Yeah, people should be talking about that all the time.
Brandon's just sitting in the chair and he has his camera ready, and I'm just like, you have no idea what
idea.
you're looking for.
I just remember hearing you both go when you saw Jack
Jack Skellington
Skellington,
come out.
and I was just like, that was me when we saw it the first time. I just remember going, just
Be-
like
Stunned.
starstruck.
And then Oogie Boogie running
Because
across the
because
stage.
Corey
Love that
said
guy.
to me, "Are you ready?" And I said yes, and he said, "I don't think you're ready." And I said, "Oh, this is about to be." And then like the little curtain opened, and he comes out, and I was like, "This is crazy. He's huge.
He's huge.
It was
So
crazy."
I think that he's the Jack Skellington from the Christmas-
from the Halloween.
excuse me,
Halloween,
Halloween
for
party.
sure.
He's at least 10 to 12
at least
feet
10 to
tall.
12 feet tall.
He's huge.
Oh, he's
yeah,
huge.
that was incredible, and just how they transformed that like bright, fun theater to like this kind of creepy, like
Mhm.
and how they do it, where it's like the actors on the stage don't talk at all.
Yeah.
And it was so well done. That was like my sneaky thing where I was so stunned how good that was. I feel like that was a really cool thing. But to me, I think that my favorite like all-encompassing holiday offering is still the Christmas parade. There's nothing more magical to me than like on Main Street with like the Snope and like the toy soldier guys coming down. Like I just think that parade to me is just one of the best entertainment things that Disney does. I love it so much. I know people online don't like how they changed the song and those things, but the vibe to me could not be better. I love it so much. And I think that just, I was like so excited for that parade. And I'm so glad that we got to see it because I just love it so much. It's the best. Where are we at here? Lots to catch up on. But T Squiggle says, the first time I rode Guardians, one of the cast members I'm at the doors yelled at me. She said, "Don't cross this line," but I was too far to the side and didn't hear her, and she pointed at the ground. Well, I will say,
we had some sad interactions with cast members because we didn't do very good things.
A few of us had some cast members.
Oh my god.
Brandon and Corey,
Oh.
exact. Heidi and I were two little angels.
Yeah, we were rule followers.
Okay, to preface, Brandon
And
I
I'm
are
never
not
a rule
jerks here.
follower.
No, we're like the nicest people on the
We're
planet.
the nicest people on the face of this planet. We were just caught in a whoops moment. That's all
Yeah.
it was.
Mine was I was so excited for my disgusting sugar cookie ham pie that I saw this empty line with the cast member at the register, and I said, "Oh, perfect! Like, there's no one here. This is great." But meanwhile, what I wasn't paying attention
the
to,
cast member said,
That's what I was gonna say.
Go to line 1 or go
but
to
I
line
did,
2.
but I didn't hear, so I waltzed straight up,
He
Right
just
past
walked
her.
right past her.
walked right past
Chair
her, ordered
person.
my stuff, and I turn around, and they're talking to her, basically saying that she told me to
So
go
sorry
somewhere else.
for
I
his-
felt so.
Heidi goes, I am so sorry. Like I was
said-
also appalled. I said, and Heidi goes, and he was a cast member. How
Yeah.
rude. Heidi
And
said,
then
I don't want to be involved with that guy.
Yeah.
I said, I apologize.
And then Brandon turns around, and I'm like, "What?"
He
are
goes,
you
"What?"
doing? Yeah. I'm
What,
like, "What are
Heidi,
you
what?"
doing? I'm like,
She
"This
goes, you're not supposed to be in this line.
lady just told us not to go there," and then he's like, "Oh my gosh!" And then you apologize 50,000 times.
Because I felt so, I was embarrassed.
But
I
it was
felt
too
bad.
late.
Too late. It's okay.
At
Corey,
least Brandon apologized for his situation where I was just too far deep in a way that I was like, I just had to accept the loss and run away from it.
Keep moving forward.
So we were in Epcot and we were in that back section of like after the ball, not where the Walt statue
The
is,
new
but for
area,
the,
right
but for
before
the,
the wall.
the little like area before the wall. And okay, I need to preface this for the sake of me. There was a dumb amount of people like walking against us.
There was.
And so I'm being judged to the side up against this little like medium little like grass area thing. So I said, screw this. I'm not trying to fight through these people. So I walked along the ledge of this medium.
Wait,
What?
you respectfully, please don't say ledge because you had
It
to
is a ledge. I stood on top of it and I walked across.
You had to step up like you were doing a
Yes.
high knee.
I stepped
It was
onto
about
this
12
like, okay, it wasn't
2
12
feet off the
Thank
ground.
you, 2.
Okay,
Okay,
2 feet
I'm
off the ground.
on-
He's
okay.
stepping on the thing.
You're not helping. So I'm on this, and I literally am head down, trucking, aggravated, waltz across. Little do I know that this is a photo pass spot,
So I'm
and
watching.
I interrupt. I'm not done. And so I rudely interrupt this cute old couple's photo, and
With
the
a cast
member literally blatantly stopped taking the photo and just like jaw
Looked at
dropped
her.
of like, what is
Ugh.
this jerk doing?
I
And I had no idea because I
wanted
was
to
just
die.
flustered with the amount of people that just didn't trust that I just like I'm not doing this. But I was so far, and all I hear is Brianna just like apologizing and just like begging for mercy to this cast member. But I'm so far past like where I need to be that I blatantly just was like, I'm not apologizing. I can't apologize. This is too embarrassing. I'm just walking the other way still.
I have never been more mortified in my existence on planet Earth. I looked at the cast member and I said, I am so sorry for my ridiculous husband's actions. I said, I could not be more appalled in his behavior than I am right now.
Brianna was so pissed at me for the next like 3 hours.
I literally was a lunatic in the park, and I started yelling in front of Brandon. They were probably embarrassed of me. I said, don't speak to me for at least 15 minutes. I said, you should be mortified.
Oh,
That was right before Guardians, right?
right before.
Yeah.
Right before
Not
that ends.
like, and I think I always say to Corey too, and it's something I think about, like, not only was it mortifying as like a standard human being, but like if somebody recognizes us from online and is now seeing Corey waltzing and like not doing something very kind, I go, that is not us. That like we also are online. People should not think that we're bad people. And I was mortified. I've never been more embarrassed.
Everyone watching this vlog, I assure you, I'm not a mean person. I swear I'm probably nice.
We're not.
He's
I
very,
said-
very nice.
Yeah. Corey would never do that on purpose. That was a total
it was an
accident.
accident.
I was
Mortified.
so
Mortified.
flustered of the amount of people watching and pushing me to the side and against this ledge. I said, "Screw it, I'm walking."
Yeah,
on
but
the
you know
ledge.
what? If you could have seen that cast member's
I
face,
can imagine, and you know
I
what?
wanted
you know
to
what?
crawl internally into my skin
know what?
and run.
You know what? It's honestly good that I didn't see the cast members' reaction
You
because
would've
I
wanted
would
to
have
die.
been distraught.
Yeah.
You would have just wanted to sit somewhere forever.
Not only was I
Hide in the
embarrassed
rock.
for the fact of what I did, then I had my wife mad at me, and so I was just
Right.
not having a good moment.
It was a rough moment.
Granted, I even said where it's like I had fun on Guardians, but I literally looked at Brianna. I was like, "This is the first Guardians ride. Like, I didn't have as much fun on it
Because I was embarrassed.
because I was still like dealing with being embarrassed from that."
Well, and I made it worse by skipping him in our
Oh my
video of
gosh, yeah.
guessing our song. That was
Then
horrible.
Brandon was-
Brandon was mean to me.
Brandon
He
was mean.
skipped me.
Then Heidi yelled at Brandon and said, "You need to be more inclusive."
I said, you need to include everyone here.
I didn't. It was a total accident, and I still feel bad to this day. It's like my one moment on the
We're all
trip.
just
I feel so.
we're all just
I-
spilling all the beans
I-
now to
I-
everyone on the internet.
I feel more embarrassed that I skipped Corey than I cut that cast member to get the sugar pan pie.
No, it was
Literally, it was Brandon,
It was blatant.
Heidi
so Brandon
went
and
right
him,
over Brandon, right
it was
to me.
It was me. Brianna's next to me, so he goes himself. Then he does Heidi. He completely skips me and goes to Brianna, and I go.
And I go,
"Oh,
what about Corey?
But in my
Heidi goes,
defense,
"Why'd you skip him?"
but it's because Brianna looked so ready. I
Yeah,
just thought she
whatever.
wanted to say. So I
Excuses.
apologize. I'll still apologize.
I loved that moment.
It's the heat of the moment of what we're
And then
thinking.
Heidi
it
told me
happens.
later or whatever. She goes, "Yeah, I told Brendan he needs to be more. You need to be more inclusive. You can't just do that. Like that's gonna hurt someone's feelings."
I'm like, it can't just be B&B day without me and Corey. I'm like, we're here too.
Hey, you know what? CNH had our moments.
You
So
guys
it
had
was
great moments.
Great
Don't
We
you
had
moments.
worry.
great moments. It's fine.
Wow.
So now everyone knows the tea and it'll be
Everyone
on the
knows.
internet.
It's so
for
funny.
everyone to hear.
My parents were pure joy in those vlogs. They
Yeah.
were. Those
Yeah.
vlogs I love. Definitely go check those out. Does the shaky have a dance now? Well, the
Yeah.
funny story about the dance that we all just did was one night they tried calling us while watching Dancing with the Stars, and I gave them my best like
Dance.
Dancing with the Stars. So now it's led to like the little
You at
flow.
least give us a salsa. That's
Yeah,
what I think that's what you were doing.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure what he was doing. I don't think
Yeah.
it was
Changed
salsa.
And it's giving the dancers, the hula dancers from Small World. It
Yeah,
really
but
is.
the girl that's
the
not
hula
really
dancers
working.
from Small World are this.
Yeah. they
and
do
there's
that.
one girl
And then
that's
there's
not
one that's just
working for any money. She's just
Yeah.
working for nothing.
Brianna calling herself a cool kid for leaving her channel.
Hey, I actually do think I'm cool. I hope that you're not like dragging me.
Yes,
through.
apparently Gen Alpha is all about leaving their
Wait,
tanks.
what's Gen Alpha?
Okay,
That's
it's,
the
it's like
younger.
it's just like alpha. It's just like like alpha top dog situation.
Is
There
that our
you
generation?
No, our generation
No.
It's
I
like
think
the
it
new one,
isn't it
like-
the newer
is
generation?
on the face of this planet.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm not
I don't
good
even
at
know.
that. Thank you so much. We love you too. You're just the best.
Thank you, Rita.
Love you. Leaving tags on clothes. Nah, Dance with Santa Goofy is real cool. Yes. Cool girls.
Honestly, I was jealous of Brianna. I was like,
That
that
was
was a cool
awesome.
moment. I was like, I don't have rhythm. Actually, I actually am.
You have
pretty good-
rhythm, honey.
I'm a really good dancer, but like, I'm not very. Brianna's way more spontaneous than I am. I need to warm up to
Yeah.
it.
Bree
Sure.
is excited about the upcoming vlogs.
They're
They're
gonna
gonna
be
Brie.
so good.
They are
Yeah.
fun. Like I said, obviously the one today there was no Brianna and Corey appearance, but I'll do
Very
this
good.
because we're gonna get to this after. But on Monday's vlog, they will be in it, and
Yeah.
we're excited. And then whenever their vlogs come out, we'll be in some of theirs, and we're excited to see all the fun stuff
Yeah.
that we all got up to. Francesca missed the characters in their Christmas outfits. The only one really that we saw was Santa Goofy. We didn't really see any other characters, and that was just like a random
Yeah.
organic walking by, and there was like Nick Wilde and Judy Hobson, Santa Goofy.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, Nick Wilde and Judy.
So random. We got Ashley here. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Hey.
And why is Epcot the park for most embarrassing moments? My mom face planted into a bush at the UK Pavilion. Wow.
Thing.
Oh my god.
Wow. Lava Foo says, free my boy Corey.
He's good now.
Yeah.
Don't
He's
lose it.
free now.
And also T Squiggle is so happy that her embarrassing story led to some stories from us with good luck.
Oh yeah, we've got lots. So
We're
just
so
wait.
open. We got so many. And then Llama Floof says, what dance move did you hit with Santa Goofy?
It was like
It was like a lot of things.
Like
I
a
would say.
yeah, it was like it was
situation.
almost like a two-step, but not really. It was like when you like kick one foot out and you bring them together and then you kick one
Yes.
out again.
Yeah.
So like he was doing it a little bit to start. So then I just kind of like copied him. And so yeah, that's what we did.
Llama Floof, don't you worry. There's going to be 2 different vlogs as video evidence of this dance.
You'll get
so
to
you
see it
have double the
twice.
fun.
Twice. Yeah.
So nice. You gotta see it twice.
Exactly. April has a question. Welcome, April. And we'll get to that one because that'll be, I guess, our next thing. But I'm going to pull this up again because I want to share this because this is coming Monday.
Woo!
We're getting the vlogs out quick and in a hurry.
Look at that.
Very
In that
merry.
photo.
Look at the photos. So fun. So we're going to touch on this next because this is the next day. This is after our travel day. We'll kind of stay in order, but we'll also take all the questions, which we'll get to April's question about Jollywood.
Yeah.
But Mickey's Very Merry was our next day. And I wanted to say about our trip. Our trip was only like quite literally 3 days. Theirs was longer than ours. And what I will say about ours being 3 days, I feel like we got a lot done. I don't know that I would recommend doing 2 parties if you want to get a lot of like park rides and things done, because that wasn't what it was for. Like we fully went in of like, we're going to embrace the parties, do all the party stuff, and then have the one whole park day. And for us, it was great. I would say like other people who maybe really like, I would say for your first time, or if it's like, you're not as,
if you're not
like, into
down,
that,
and if you're not down to be like on the grind,
I would say don't do both of the parties within a quick little window. I would say maybe you guys feel differently because you were there longer, that maybe you feel like it was fine doing both. But I feel like for us,
actually that's a good question.
It's a good question. How did you guys feel
about doing
both
like
parties?
2 parties on one trip?
I enjoyed doing 2 parties in one trip. I wonder if we had pushed, like we were doing those dates because that worked for like the 4 of us to go.
Yeah.
I wonder if we would have done like a Thursday and a Saturday party. I wonder if we would have done maybe like a Thursday and like a Tuesday, or a Thursday and a Monday, or a Friday and however the dates fell. Because they were 2 late nights, evenings, like really close together, and a late night
like
in a
bed
park
at 2 a.m.
like a late night in a park is not the same kind of a late night when you get home at 10:30 in your bed showered than like 1:30. And you know it's only a few hours difference, but
makes a difference.
It does like go into your next day.
Getting up at 7 a.m. it makes a difference.
It's hard, right? So I think I definitely would do 2 parties on a trip again. However, I wouldn't do it every time.
For sure.
No, I will say this. I have to applaud the 2 of you for doing the 2 parties in the short.
Oh God. Oh God.
Like I don't know how the 2 of you were standing.
All the power. Wouldn't have been me.
I was exhausted watching the 2 of you do this.
We were tired.
Like I was tired after our own trip, and we had more relaxation.
You definitely keep us young.
Well, I would say the only thing that I feel like I would have changed is taking a later flight this Sunday.
Yeah, we were saying that.
Oh, yeah.
Because even of the difference of a couple $100, now knowing back, I would have spent.
You would have?
Yes, because I was very tired, and it would have given us.
You were very tired.
Because I feel like my only problem with it was that we could have then like slept.
Well, we could have been normal.
We could have been, like a bit
Not
rested
and
taken like an afternoon, evening flight. I would have felt way better to get up. Like honestly, quite literally, this is now like.
Wait, get up! You took a cat nap.
I was gonna say
we slept for like an hour.
I'm shocked you guys even went to sleep.
Yeah, we stayed with these guys. They were so nice to us. Stay with them because we literally slept for an hour from 2 to 3.
We literally said if we didn't stay with you guys, like we probably would have just went straight to the airport. Like we wouldn't have even gone to bed because what was the point of having a hotel? Like there would have been no point. So yeah, I think you were really having a hard time because even before we go on the flight, Brandon, you were like getting a bit like nervous and stuff about it. And I was like, are you okay? Like
because I kind of think, which again, this is like Elisa's point. I feel like that Jollywood flies by quicker than Very Merry. Jollywood to me was like blink and you miss it. It's like gone. Yeah. And I think it's because there is so many like entertainment offerings that it's like the fireworks, the ice skaters, the like Miss Piggy, Kermit, and the Jack Skellington. Everything was like 4 in a row. So I feel like you're kind of bopping around to all of the show things. And I feel like like it kind of flew right by, and it's like, oh, like the party's over. It was
Yeah.
kind of like, to me, that was my vibe. So I think then going into that, you literally don't sleep and you have to be on a plane. I feel like, to be honest, this is the first trip where in the moment it felt like a blur of like we did so much that it just like went by so fast, which
Yeah.
I feel like is good because we did a lot. But looking back, it's like even if you had one extra day,
Oh yeah.
it would have made all the difference.
All
And
the
I feel like
Parties.
I would do a weekend trip again. I don't know, like you said, Brianna, that if you would be itching to do
I wouldn't do 2
a
parties.
Thursday,
on a-
Saturday
on a
party.
trip like that, yeah.
I
I
think
have a
maybe if you're not planning, like I think this is the difference. Like we like to go, like we hadn't done Very Merry since our first ever trip.
Yeah.
And we did Jollywood on its first ever debut night
Yeah.
in 2023.
Yeah.
So I feel like we were itching to do both because we were like, we want a better Jollywood experience and we haven't been to Very Merry. I think now, if and when we go in the winter and during Christmas season, like we know that that's a time that we like to go. So maybe we would kind of pick and choose which one we like better. Like what vibe are we thinking about? Maybe which park do we not want to spend as much time in? What entertainment do we want to see? And I mean, I enjoy doing both parties because they're very different and they're very different than the park day itself. However, doing 2 like is a lot, you know?
It is a lot, especially for the fact that they were literally technically on an every other day schedule for us, where it's like if you did like our length of trip and like, yes, let's say the Mickey's Very Merry was the Thursday, and let's say we did Jollywood on like the Tuesday for like it wouldn't feel as tired and chaotic and like squished together. But like for the schedule of like a weekend trip, you want to crank out both parties, just understand what you're signing up for, and just know the fact that you're not going to get a lot of sleep. And speaking of sleep, I actually have a question, 2-part question. A, did you sleep on the plane? And B, if not, or even if you did, what time did you go to sleep on that Sunday? Because I need to know.
Good question.
Is your question?
Did you sleep on the plane?
I slept on the plane, like dozing in and out, and we got home and like I had to do homework that I had to finish.
Brandon had to stay up.
So I had to stay
Till
up. I was
midnight.
up till almost midnight doing homework, but then it was like literally the next day was like exhausted, and then I worked on Monday. So did you? But I just did nothing the whole day.
I came home, but I didn't sleep on the plane because I don't like sleep. Like I'm not good at sleeping on the plane. I closed my eyes and I listened to my music, but I didn't sleep. But did I go to bed right away?
Yeah, pretty much. We like ate something and then you kind of like relaxed for a bit, and then woke up and then went back to bed. Yeah.
So I slept.
But what I will say, because like this is our first time doing a weekend trip, and a lot of people have asked like what did you think of a weekend versus like a longer trip?
Well, I've done a weekend trip.
Yes, but I'm saying both of us collectively.
Oh yeah.
I would say, like, again, I feel like the parties, like you just said, are very different than a park day. Yeah. So knowing that going in, that if this was the circumstance where you're going to do Christmas, I would say, again, like they're both very different. So kind of having a plan, like to prioritize. For us, we haven't done Very Merry in a long time either. And we've never done Jollywood. So those were like the 2 things that we were just like, we're going to do both of the parties, and whatever else happens is like a bonus. So I feel like going in, that was a good way to go in. Whereas I think, like, I would feel confident now doing a weekend trip in the future, or like in a random time doing 3 park days, I think would feel very different than 2 parties in a park day.
100%.
Yeah, that's what I really I feel like I like doing shorter trips. Like I liked coming to visit you.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing. Like if you do 3 full park days, then I feel like you'd feel way different.
Yeah. And I think you asked me this, and this is like a good question too, is would you rather do like 2 shorter trips, or like a week-long trip, or like a 7 to 10 day, or like 2 shorter trips? I would now, in my opinion, do 2 shorter trips to go twice a year. If that was
that's
my
what I asked.
Only option.
Because I was curious, because I'm like, well, if we like, in the future, like if we are planning stuff, like, that was my question. Like, would you rather go on multiple trips, or if you could only go on, like if the option was either 2 4-day trips or 1 8-day trip, like which would you choose? Which I'd love to ask you guys too. If you had to, like, if you had to be restricted to that, would you choose 2, or would you go on one longer one still?
I personally, for me, I would like the 2 shorter trips.
Yeah.
Because I feel as though, yes, 1 long trip, even though it could equate in the same amount of time, just doing Disney once a year
It doesn't work for me.
It doesn't work for me. I want to go twice. I want to have the excitement of going more than once.
Yeah.
So even if it means I do like I fly in late Thursday night and I leave Sunday night, like then so be it. But
Yeah.
like if I get to do that twice a year, I'd rather do that than to do like a 6 or 7 day trip once a year.
Me too.
We've had our fair share of both. Like we've had trips where we've gone for 12 days and we got stuck in a hurricane. We've gone from, Friday to Sunday, Saturday to Sunday. Like we've done the full week.
We've done some long ones.
We've also done, like a Friday to Tuesday. We've done a
Friday to Monday.
Yeah. Like we've gone for 2 nights when we like visit my dad and we take him for 2 or 3 nights.
Yeah.
And I think if I realistically had to choose, it would be the 2 shorter trips for the sole fact that I think in my brain, if I knew that I was only going once for the entire year, I would feel very much like ticking off the boxes versus going for shorter trips and feeling like I'm coming back. It's okay. And I think even just having that mentality makes for a better trip.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel as if you're rushing or you have to tick a box. Like, and as we're all Disney people, you're like, well, I want to ride this and I've got to ride this and I've got to ride this and I want to do it for the vlogs and I want to do it with my friends and I want to do these things. And sometimes I think Disney gets a little bit box ticky when you're doing that. So the idea of going on 2 shorter trips makes it feel a lot more slow because mentally there's no world where you can get it all done.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. So I feel like doing this trip made me feel good that it's like, it's an option for us if one time it's like you want to go on a Friday and come back on a Monday, like you can do that. And it's like
absolutely.
I like.
And
it's long days, but you can.
Yeah. And it's also nice because it's like for people who like maybe are in jobs where they can't like take as much time off, or if it's not as flexible or stuff, like it's like, okay, if you can just have a long weekend, like you can still make it happen for yourself. So it's like at least
100%.
Yeah, it's like that's nice to know that where you don't feel like you like, okay, I have to like have like 2 weeks off to go on this vacation at this time.
Yeah.
One memory that'll always stick with me, I forget what trip we were on, but it was for a party and we were on the boat heading to Magic Kingdom, and there was a mother and a daughter from Boston, and that's how we naturally.
It was Jollywood, the first night of Jollywood.
And so we were talking to them, and they were just like, "Yeah, we're here for 2 nights. We're literally just here for the party, and then we're going home."
That's it.
And I'm like, I love that you two just did that.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we just do that? Like, we never think of doing that, but it's just like they're so fulfilled of like, we're here, we're happy, we're here for the party, and we're going home, and like, we're satisfied.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would love to do that more.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Bree is going to be signing off. So if you're not here, Bree, thanks for hanging out. If you are, we appreciate it so much. Llama Floof says, can't wait. Ashley wants you to know that the peppermint ice cream last live did not have any pieces in it. So she still has all her teeth.
So happy.
Love that. T Squiggle is also heading out. Thanks for being here. Merry Christmas and all that stuff. Which I'll say this here, we won't be going live again this year, which is going to be over because of Christmas, but rest assured we'll be back in the new year with lots, which we'll get to at the end. Lots of things next year. Jollywood, like I said earlier, did fly by. I feel like it went by really quick, but I will say, kind of touching on April's question earlier, I loved doing Jollywood. I thought it was so fun. And like you said, I think that it was so different than Very Merry, which I appreciated that it felt different, because I feel like doing both, you're kind of like worried that maybe some of the stuff overlaps, and it couldn't be more different, which I appreciate. Yeah, which I love. Like the entertainment is so different. The firework display, whatever nighttime show, way different. And we'll kind of get into that here too. But which party was better / worth the money? I feel like that this is like a tough one. And essentially it's kind of like, maybe like if you were picking one, I will say, like, people are very different. Like, and it depends what you want to get out of the party, because they are very different. Very Merry is like classic Disney Christmas vibe of like what you would expect from a Disney Christmas, and Jollywood is more, I would say, it's not like adult, like is the wrong way to put it, but I would say that it's more of like,
I think it is.
Is it that? Is that what it is?
You nailed it on the head. Because and my one-on-one with my manager yesterday when I got back, he was like, "How was the trip?" And I was explaining both Christmas parties, and he was just like, "Okay, well, like, which one did you prefer?" And so to answer this question, mine is Jollywood, and it's just like at this moment in my life, I prefer this one because it was more adulty. I prefer the shows that we were able to see. I thought the food options that we were able to see were better. They had alcoholic beverages that I did enjoy. So for my situation now, I approved of it. But if I had a family and like I had small children and I wanted to have that Disney Christmas, I would choose Very Merry every day of the week in that situation.
Yeah.
So you put it right on the head.
Yeah, I would agree. You guys have any other thoughts?
I think I think it's hard to choose between them because I think they're like, as much as they're like both Christmas parties, like you're saying, like they're both very different for different things. I think that if I had to tell someone like which one to go to, if they only had to go to one, I would probably say to go to Very Merry, only because like I feel like that's like the classic, like you get the parade on Main Street and you get the fireworks. Like I feel like if you're thinking classic Disney, it's that. But I feel like Jollywood got a bad like
last year on a
last year.
Yeah.
So that's like night one was like
No, but even just last year, cast members stated that like we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, people didn't like it at all.
People didn't like it. Whereas I like really fun time this time and like would definitely recommend it. And I think it's way improved. So it's hard to pick though. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like again, I think that you hit it on. If you were doing one of the parties and it was like, I would say your first time, I would do Very Merry.
Yeah,
I would say, like you said, Corey, that if you have like a family and kids, Very Merry is probably the one to do. I would say though that like Jollywood really surprised me and I really enjoyed it. I also just love Hollywood Studios so much. And I feel like they stayed true to that park so well. The food, like you said, amazing. The show is amazing. And I just think it was a very different, like not what you'd expect necessarily from a Disney Christmas party, like just like even little things. Like I loved when you guys were dancing at like the Tip Top Club, and it's like that's very very different, but it was like so fun and just like a cool touch where they tie it into like an attraction. It's like it's the Tip Top Club of this hotel, which was cool. And I liked seeing like random stuff. Like I loved the Miss Piggy Kermit show, like so fun how they're there. Like a lot of underrated little things. So I like it's kind of a cop-out answer, but both of them were great for different reasons, which like I didn't expect, and I'm glad that they're so different because I think I was worried that maybe it would overlap, and it like honestly like doesn't overlap at all. They're both
not at all.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, which party was better or worth the money? I think they're both incredible. I think they're both worth the money. I think if you want the Minnie and Mickey Christmas, you want the fireworks, you want that nostalgia Christmas. You should 100% do Very Merry. It's a lot more fast paced. There's a lot more at your fingertips. And I would say that is that party. If you're looking for a slower, more like sit down show, trying the foods, maybe getting on a few of like the big ticket rides that are a walk on, then, and you just want to be in Hollywood Studios for the night Christmas vibes of that park, then Jollywood. But yeah, I would say like, it's almost like having two children. Like you don't love one more than the other. You love them different. And I think that these parties are the perfect example. Like they really are they're very different to compare. They're both different entities. So yeah, I would say like family nostalgia Christmas, Minnie and Mickey, like bubble wand vibes is going to be your Mickey's Very Merry, and your adult beverage, your fun snacks, your foodie guide, your like date night out in the parks is like a Jollywood night.
Yeah, agree. Love that. Also, were you happy to see that the ice skaters were ice skaters and not a roller derby?
Yes, but where did we see rollerblades?
In the Mickey's Very Merry
parade. Mickey's Very Merry, the skiers were on rollerblades, and I was like, rollerbladers.
Rollerbladers. We got the best of both worlds. We got to see both.
I got to see both.
Yeah.
I know we'll get into like Jollywood later, so I'll save my thoughts on like some of the performances. But yeah, I was glad to see that they were on ice skates.
Fun.
Yeah,
I just know how the ice was not melted. That's what we need.
Right, for real. Llama Floop wants to know how many of the like rides and attractions did we do at Very Merry, if any?
What do we do at Very Merry?
We did People Mover and Pirates.
Pirates, yes.
And
Well, Big Thunder.
yeah, Big Thunder.
Thunder.
Oh, I forgot we did
And
that.
I think that's it.
that honestly might be it. I would say those. And then we, before the party, did Country Bears
Yeah.
because you had never seen that
Yeah.
in person. So I feel like, again, going into it, you're either one of two people at a party. You're either ride the rides because the weights are low, or you're like skip those and do the entertainment offerings. I would say that you can be a mix of both, but you kind of have to lean one way or the other. Most likely, we leaned the way of like parade, fireworks, vibes, food, like all of the other things, not attractions.
Yeah.
Which I would say was for us our best strategy to like get our money's worth of what the party would offer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, I think, our plan. Stacy says last year her family jumped off of our cruise on the Disney Dream to drive 3 hours to attend Jollywood and Mickey's Very Merry back to back, and then flew home.
Wow.
Hey,
Back to back is wild.
you topped us, Stacy. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
For you.
Holy
Good
cow.
for you.
That's amazing.
Love that. And Elisa says, no, literally, it was so nice doing day trips for the 3 months that we lived there. That's so nice. I love that.
It's so fun.
And Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas to everyone if they're heading out. We
Christmas.
appreciate you so much. Tori has a question. Welcome, Tori. Says, random question, but would either of you guys move to Florida to be closer to Disney, or are you comfortable where you're at? It's funny because we kind of like talked about this on our trip.
We'll talk about this,
Yeah.
Obviously, both of us, I think, are in different, like, we're not American, we're Canadian. So that's a big roadblock. And also, like, I think that leaving home would be scary to anybody if you're just like up and moving somewhere, especially to like a new country. But I would say, like, honestly, I feel like anybody, to be honest, who's on the internet and loves making content would love to just up and move there. And like, that's your life, I think would be so fun. I obviously did it for 2 summers and was a cast member and film stuff and just loved being there. But I think for us, like, it's probably not the most realistic thing, even if that we would love to. Like I think that it'd be so fun. It would be great. We know people that have done it. Like Haley and Tommy moved from Delaware to Florida for like a few months.
No, it's like a year.
Yeah. Sorry, a year.
A few months.
And they loved it so much, and it was great. They could drive to the park. They did like a little weekend. They would drive like for the day, and I think that was fun. And
I personally would love to be somewhere just hot,
warm weather. That's Heidi's biggest thing. Is like Heidi likes the sun and the warm weather, and that's like Florida would give you that. But
I'd also go anywhere else that had that.
Right. But I feel like obviously like we love being close there. Like, and I think the idea, like you said, Elisa, of like driving for the day would just be so fun, especially with like a family would be amazing. What about you guys?
Yeah. We talked about it for a really long time, like going to Florida for a year, 2 years, like something along that realm. As I've aged, I'm 28 years old. As I feel like the last maybe like 6 months to a year of our life has kind of come to fruition, I think something that I've come to terms with after this past trip is where the idea of like living near Disney sounds so magical and so beautiful. I like getting on an airplane, and I like going to Disney, and then I like coming home. And I like that Disney is its own pillar versus right down the street. Not that I think it would take
Disney
away.
Disney is a destination.
Not that it would take away the magic, because I don't think it for us, I don't think that it ever would take away the magic if we lived near. However, I just think I don't think that we would ever move to Florida, but I can tell you that we will one day buy property in Orlando, and we will be snowbirds. Like I will not once our kids are like old enough and in college, we are out. Like, I have no interest in being in the cold. I'm like Heidi, like I want to be in the warmth at all times. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy 4 seasons, but it's going to be 38 degrees tomorrow, and like I have no interest. Like, we woke up the morning after we got back from Florida, and my mom was like, oh, like there's frost in the grass. I was like, bring me back to the airport. Like, bring me back to the airport. So I don't think that I would ever move to Florida. However, never say never, because I think if an opportunity ever came up, or like I would definitely take it, but I don't think we would ever like move maybe like away from family.
Brandon, to your point, is it a dream to do it? Of course. It's not realistic. And so what's like Brianna and I've always talked about this, and I've always joked with Brianna. I was like, oh, we can move to Florida. Oh, let's move to Florida. Oh,
Yeah.
let's do it. And I say that all the time, but it's just a matter of like, to your point, it's scary to move away. Like
Yeah.
our
And, like,
entire
away from your
family is
family.
up here. Where it's like, yes, Brianna and I have each other, but then it's like we're down there and then we're alone. And
Yeah.
so it's like you can only come up so much and
I
see
gotta
your
be with this
family.
guy jumping over cast members.
Where does the idea sound fun and wonderful? Of course, but it's more important to be up here because this is where we truly
Yeah.
want to be and belong.
Right.
I would miss my littles, like my nieces and nephews.
Yeah, we would miss them dearly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's fair. I feel like again, it's obviously we just wish that we could be doing fun things. I think like what it is like we just want to be doing fun things all the time, whether it's
Yeah.
Disney, no matter what it is. Like
Like
in
the
nice
idea of
Hey, I
after
hear
work-
Canada's great.
Yeah, but like I think that the concept of like it being after work and like going into Magic Kingdom for like a marshmallow and like
nothing
riding
better.
over, I'm
Yeah.
like, why don't we live here? Like,
Literally.
why?
The amount of locals we have spoken to
Yeah.
that we have just like we're just
They're
sitting
like, we
watching
come here for
fireworks, we're like,
dinner.
yeah,
I'm like,
we came here, went to the
Okay.
confectionery, got a snack, and now we're just
I'm
sitting
like,
here.
well,
I'm
it's
just like
snowing
"Chuck."
at home and there's no takeout
Me-
near us. We live in
Yeah.
we live that.
I will say I kind of did live that life, and
You
it's
did
pretty
live that
great.
life.
Like, when you
Being a
can
cast
just
member.
when you can just be like, I kind of want a Main Street popcorn, or I want to go ride Tower of Terror. Like that was my life for 3 months, and it is pretty great.
You know, I don't envy you because you worked at the hottest backyard on the face of the planet. So
Yeah, but-
at least I get air conditioning.
That's fair. Yeah, right. And I was taking a bus where people just push each other to get on and walk over everybody.
Yeah.
which is
Corey
great.
walks over people. He would have no
I
problem.
did that once. I had my moment on the live. We're past it. I
It's so
don't-
funny. Elisa also would agree that Jollywood was best for adults because of entertainment, food,
Sorry.
vibes, all that stuff. Yes, I would agree. Ashley says thanks for the insight, which was great. We're so glad we could help. Our favorite cookie, Very Merry. We didn't probably try all of them. We had, I think, only 2 cookies, right?
Yeah,
Red
we
Velvet.
Yeah.
had a similar cookie
Snickerdoodle.
multiple times.
Yeah,
Snickerdoodle and Red
Snickerdoodle.
Velvet.
Red Velvet. Of the 2, I like the Red Velvet.
I liked the Red Velvet.
Oh, I like Snickerdoodle.
That's okay, honey.
I'm sad that I didn't try the one that everybody liked, which
Yeah,
was
but
the
that was a
caramel
long
pretzel,
line.
but it was long and we just
Yeah,
didn't.
we just
Oh yeah, where was that one located?
oh god.
The Harbor House. Remember how the line
Oh,
is?
that line
Oh,
was huge.
wasn't waiting for that.
No.
No.
Country Bears should be on Broadway. I said what I said. Hey,
The original.
The new one.
love it.
The original.
Love it. Big Thunder was hurting my legs. Big Thunder was wild when it's dark. It feels like it's just
Yeah.
zipping.
It's
Um,
a tad.
Wait, I have to
harder.
say,
I agree.
I have to say this time was my favorite time I've ever ridden because I actually was fitting in the carriage because I got to ride with Heidi. So the
Honestly,
lap bar-
same because I was
the-
with
the
Brandon
lap bar
and he and I
actually
were
went
firmly
down.
secure. in
Yeah.
that
We were-
bar.
me and Heidi were like holding hands, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm not gonna fly out of this carriage."
You
It was
tickled me on
crazy.
the ride. That was rude.
Yeah, I did.
I was gonna say this was the first time that I wasn't worried about knocking someone over because me and Corey just fit perfect in there.
Yeah, me
We
and Heidi
fit
fit
perfectly.
snug as a
It was
bug in a
great.
rug. We were just
It was
holding each
great.
other's hands, and the lap bar was down, and we were actually safe.
We were actually locked in
So
for one.
funny. Elisa says that Heidi is Olaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
She's like
Um,
summer
she
and
loves
warm
summer.
hugs.
Yeah. Would love to be a snowbird, hate the snow, live in Southern Ohio, and it's
Yep.
been brutally cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like snow until December 26th, and then I say, okay, I'd like to go to Florida from now until the foreseeable.
Well, I always say this until once it turns January 2nd, and then
I've
I'm
had
like,
enough.
okay, get me out.
Yep. I don't
I
want
like
it.
doing activities in the snow, like for snowboarding and stuff like that.
We
but
just don't have snow right now, but it's so cold. Like
But
our
it's just
car
cold.
goes v and starts, and it's like, why is like
And when you're trying to like get to work, it's
you're
like,
it's
no,
just
thank
the
you.
worst.
Yeah,
You have to have the car heat up for like 15 minutes.
Exactly.
yeah,
We're like,
we're
oh.
like late, and then the cars has to heat. and
I
you're
just
sitting
wish
there.
that I could, if I had to drive Heidi to work, I can just put some shorts on, walk out with a
Yeah,
t-shirt
just
and
go on
shorts.
your way.
Have we used any
Not
of
us.
the CT?
Oh, yes.
Corey.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking
We
about.
have not.
We have not used any of the Avella flights out of New Haven. We've never used them. We are really close to Bradley, so it doesn't make sense for us to go all the way to Avello. And I would be open to trying it. My dad has flown in from Florida through Avello. He didn't love it. Like said, it was a little bit scary, which is why it's $30. However, if I can make it to Disney for $30, I won't complain.
But see, the thing that's where Brianna and I are like nitpicky, it's that do we want to drive 10 minutes to the airport or do we want to drive an hour?
Yeah, it's about an hour from us.
There's the difference.
So it's like, and then the other thing is you have to pay to park
yeah,
your car every day, where we don't pay to park our car
and
here.
we're not daring asking anyone to chauffeur us to an
hour.
away.
Yeah, the other thing. So no, we have not. However, I'm open. Like I would never say never, but right now we always get like really good flights out of Bradley, and we use our miles a lot, so we get really good flights.
Really good, and for whatever reason, Orlando's always direct. So it's like, why?
It's easy for us.
Why change?
Yeah, perfect. Elisa says that her husband agrees with Brianna. A full vacation to Disney World hits different and is a more fun vibe than a fast day trip.
Yeah, it just feels more magical.
And also, Ashley says the same thing. People who just go on a date night to Disney randomly and just go home, I want. Yeah. I feel like, again, we'll kind of like just get through some of the stuff here. Oh, well, there's a question here from Tori first, and then we'll get into it. But about Saratoga Springs, you guys have stayed there, so maybe you can give some insight, pros and cons.
Pros of Saratoga Springs, I find it very relaxing, very low key, very mellow. The other pros are the rooms are newly refurbished, so the rooms are really
Adorable.
big, lots of storage,
Adorable,
really
too.
adorable. There's a big dresser if you're staying in a deluxe studio, big dresser, lots of storage if you're staying in a one bed. Because we've stayed in those two styles.
I enjoy their quick service. I think they have good food options for a quick service.
I think it's okay. It's not my favorite, but I know that you like it.
Well, for me, they have the little au jus sandwich, which is very nice.
And I would say my last pro is I love that you are walking distance to Disney Springs if you want to be.
Or if you're located on that side.
Located on that side. It is really nice to be able to walk to Disney Springs. I would say the cons are if you are not in like a preferred room, like the resort is ginormous. It's very much like only bus, very large.
We've also realized that the bus system is
really slow
there.
We've had a few instances with slow buses. Maybe we're like every time just catching it at the wrong time. But I would say the buses are a little bit slow.
Because they're either A, packed, or B,
because they have to do 4 or 5
says
stops.
that they're showing up at,
they're
it's
always
not
late.
what they're showing up
and
at.
I just wonder if it's because like the resort is so big and they have to go so far. But I do have to say, like when we have stayed, we've always had a good experience.
As a physical orifice of Saratoga Springs,
the rooms
I actually
great.
love it.
I really
I
do
think
like
it's
it.
a beautiful resort.
I think
it's so calming.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very well done. I think the pool is great. I think the amenities are great. It is a beautiful hotel, and I do enjoy staying there.
I would make sure that you have at least one night at Disney Springs or like day. It's just fun to be able to like see your hotel across the water.
Fun. Llama Floof is headed down. The Floof fam is headed, and they're staying at Saratoga, which I knew that you guys were headed down. I'm not sure if it was today or tomorrow, which is my other friend's going tomorrow. So yeah, safe travels, guys.
Have so much fun.
Send us updates if you try the sugar cookie hand pie or foods or
let us know if they improve.
Please DM us.
Send us some pics of some stuff and some fun stuff. But I guess kind of again, we're almost at the 2-hour point, which is where we're almost at. But I guess kind of wanted to wrap up. Any final thoughts? Anyone has any like other questions? But essentially, we kind of touched on a lot of things in like a random order. But for us, like our trip was it was like travel, very merry, whole park day, resort morning, Jollywood, and then go home. I feel like you'll see in the vlogs, like we did do a lot and we tried to capture lots, and it was so fun to like be there with you guys. And I think this was just like a really cool thing where I feel like obviously people who watch, I would say both of us maybe know that we're friends or don't, but I think when you like, this was your first time meeting each other, which you would never know though. I think is so cool. And I feel like any time that you get to have that experience with people, I think is so special and so cool. So I'm excited to see all of that translate in.
And it's
the
so
vlogs.
fun because like it's like that first moment where it's weird because you feel like you've like met before, and then when you see them in person, we're like scoping them out. They were in like the pin store, and then they come out, and we're just like,
I was so excited,
freaking out.
What's so fun is that's like we were already comfortable with each other beforehand.
Yeah,
so
right.
like now when we met, it was like it was just like we never left where we were.
Yeah.
It was just like now we were physically there with each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's super cool and just super.
It's cool and fun.
It's just cool to have like such a amazing friendship, and then to be able to finally meet in person, and like Corey, like you said, like it just like translates so nicely and
Oh,
so
wow.
easily.
Mhm.
And so it was just so fun.
And I will say, anytime we've ever done a Disney friend trip, I just love a friend trip. Like
Oh,
a
they're so
Disney,
fun.
Love a
a
friend trip.
Disney friend trip is so underrated. It's like
So
so good.
underrated. We
So
love a
it's so
Disney
fun.
friend trip.
So
It's
we
fun to go, like, yes, it's fun to go with like you and your significant other and like your partner, because it's just like it's the two of you. It's the trip like you're planning day in and day out, right? But there's something different about going with friends that I always say like that get it.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Get it? Yes.
Because I loved going with my sister-in-law and her boyfriend, like, but I loved seeing their joy for the first time, and I loved seeing them love it. But there's something about like riding the people mover or like getting the popcorn and like doing the things with the people that get it. It's like you don't have to describe it, you don't have to explain it, you don't have to. It's just everybody gets it. Everyone's like on the same page.
We understand a Guardians virtual queue, and we're just like,
Yeah.
yes,
So good, just fun all around.
We also, I was gonna say, like, you also know what's a good song or a bad song. Like you just get it.
Yeah, you just get it.
But Heidi feels like everybody wants to rule the world.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
don't.
little concerning.
Yeah, it is concerning.
What?
But what I was gonna say too, there's a question here because this was at your resort.
Oh,
And did you guys try that, or you didn't get to try that?
we did not. I wasn't like we just didn't even like want to.
I was at that new
we didn't
place.
want it.
Yeah.
And Brianna and I kind of touched upon it, where it's just
I was like, do we just go in to get a
do
treat?
we just go in to try it? And then it's like, I guess for me, because it's like we've all read the reviews, and either people just like it or dislike it.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious to what the restaurant is like. I would love to try that in
Yeah.
the future. But in terms of like the bakery, I don't see myself getting something from that bakery and not being able to not getting it here. At
We
my
did
local
try
bakery
we
here.
did try the Boardwalk ice cream place 2 times.
Boardwalk, Boardwalk ice cream.
The
Mark
most
it down.
underrated ice
Write
cream.
it down.
Soft
Yes.
serve, fab.
So their 2 scoop ice cream bowl is literally the size of my face.
It's huge.
It was awesome.
It's so good.
Great consistency of ice cream. All plethora of toppings for you to choose from. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Yeah, it was good.
There you go. Food Network, Corey. What I was gonna say,
Everyone wants Caitlin and
everyone
Ozzy
wants.
on a
I was
trip.
gonna say the answer to this. I was gonna make a joke and say no, but 100%. Like this, we would have the best time.
That would
That's
be
my
awesome.
dream.
Well, that's
the
how
six-
come
the
we're all
6 of
friends.
us would have a
Jolly good time.
jolly
Yeah.
good.
I was gonna
We
say,
have to say that we're all friends.
They're the
because of-
bridge.
yeah,
They're the
Caitlin and
bridge.
Yeah, they are the
because
bridge.
They're the bridge, and we just love them so much. We're so thankful for them because, like, literally the first like interaction with us face to face was on a live that was coordinated. That like you wanted to come on, and then Caitlin
Yeah, it
messaged
was like,
us, and it
I
was
had met Caitlin the day that she joined the trip with you two.
yeah.
And that's when I had found you guys on Instagram, and I loved your content and I loved your vlogs, and I saw that you guys like went live on YouTube, and I was like, oh, like what is this? And then I said, this is like, I want to be a part of this. I said, I want to be a part of that. And so I had said to Caitlin, like, I need you to like I want them to like want to be my friend. Like I want them to think I'm really cool. So I want to be on their live and feel like a cool girl. And she bridged the gap.
Yeah, she did.
Caitlin did that. Yes.
So the real MVP. We just
it'll
again
have to happen.
we have to make that happen. That has to be in the cards.
It'll have to be like a very big coordinated plan in the future.
Yeah,
I
I
can
would love that.
We have an idea.
I can think of an idea,
but we
in my
won't
head.
say.
Oh, I think we all can think of an
We'll-
idea.
We'll
Okay,
see.
if Caitlin Austin are here, let us know in the chat. Caitlin
They're
Austin.
there.
Oh, there, trust me,
Austin
we have
put
the
his
chat
eyes
up.
in
Eyes of
Caitlin's
Caitlin's
typing away in
chatting
all
away.
caps.
Okay, so yeah,
Caitlin,
here's
I'm,
the
I'm
eyes.
putting that respect on your name,
We're
girl.
the bridge. Yeah,
I'm putting
we
that respect
put
on
it
your
on.
name.
You are the
Poor
bridge.
name, girl.
You were the bridge.
Look, everybody wants it. 100% need all of you. Caitlin
See?
Austin on a trip ASAP.
That would be so amazing.
So fun.
I imagine, like, what would that be? 3 vlogging at the same time.
It'd be wild.
It would be.
It would be me, Austin, and Corey, and then Caitlin, Brianna, and Brandon. That would be the group
Oh.
there.
Exactly what it would be.
It'd be so funny.
And we'd just
Well-
be getting dragged around everywhere.
We'll make it happen. We can promise. This is like one of my guarantees of my life is that it will
It
happen.
has to,
It
yeah.
has to happen.
Oh,
So,
it will 1000% happen.
so mommy, Caitlin, and Austin, or
Why did
sorry,
you say
mommy,
mommy?
mommy, Caitlin, daddy, Austin, take us on a trip.
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, they're the ones
We're the
with the
parents.
DVC membership.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say they're the parents with the DVC.
They can rent the room.
Yeah.
Where am I at here? Rita says again, love you and adore love and adore y'all both so much. Thank you for all the hard work and content. Merry Christmas, guys.
Aw,
We
Merry
appreciate that.
Christmas.
That is so nice.
Miss.
Oh, we love you. And a follow-up, can we come too? Yes.
Please.
Everyone, just
Everyone.
come on
We'll
down.
More the merrier. Honestly, Grand Floridian 3-bed villa.
Yeah. Hey, Polynesian, what's the thing on the
Polynesian on the water.
bungalow?
Yeah, I mean, we've got like Copper Creek Cabin.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anything.
Dylan's got that DVC.
I
Rack
also
points,
love this.
girl.
I'll plan for y'all go next September when Caitlin said she likes to go every year. Boom, you're welcome.
Perfect. Listen, it doesn't take me much.
No.
I'm not an arm twister. You can tell me to go to Disney next week, and I'll say my flight is booked.
That's the life that I want to live.
Yeah.
There's also just a few more questions that I'll get to. I know that we're wrapping up, but I could just do this all day. What was your favorite ride you guys all did together? Tower of Terror.
Yes.
That was
Tower Terror. Brianna,
I-
Brianna was such a good girl. She loved it so much that she did it again with me by herself. It was great.
Wow.
I was literally so brave, and I did it a second time. I would say Tower of Terror was my favorite because, well, one, I got to hold Heidi's hand. I was so scared, and I actually did think it was fun. And just like the fact that we all got to go together, like I just felt like they were all so supportive of me, and I was super brave. So I would say my
Okay.
favorite ride that we
So
got to ride
brave.
was Tower of Terror.
It
But I
so
was
cool.
terrified the whole time, but I had a good time.
It was good.
It was really good.
I'm also trying to think. I guess like another one is Big Thunder.
Yeah, and
That
people
was
move
a good
People
one.
People Mover is fun, but Tower to me is
Yeah,
the easiest.
that
Like
was
as a
iconic.
collective unit was just the best.
Yeah.
Thanks for the love. We just love you so much. Oh yeah, here's the picture.
Yeah.
So good.
I was really scared.
So good. You were so brave, love. I'm so proud of you.
So brave. Also, yeah, look, so much of the content, a different POV each time. Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's the cool thing is you can tell that we like vlog differently,
Yeah.
which I think is so cool to be able to have the different perspectives. It's the same footage, but like a little different, and I think that's so cool. Like I'm excited to see how we edit compared to how you guys edit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I'm excited. We also could have our own like little
Millennium
Millennium Falcon
Falcon
ride.
Oh my god, that would be the best ride
That would
ever.
be honestly spectacular.
So good.
That'd be good.
I also love this, the Disney Avengers. Hey, that we will wear that name with honor.
That I feel like is an honor, and I have never even seen the movie really.
Elisa's
I
husband.
want to be
Your
Iron
brother
Man.
would be
I want to be Wanda.
I was gonna say who
wanna be
would we all have to
Wanda.
be?
I'm Iron Man.
I want to be Wanda,
Your-
but Caitlin might want to be Wanda. though.
Your husband has to cast us all, or both of you collective
Yeah.
can cast
Yeah,
us.
Lisa, cast us, but you have to cast me as Iron Man.
And ask me as Wanda. please.
The
You
Disney
can put
Avengers
me
is
as
an honor.
whoever you want.
It
Yeah.
really is. Riley says, "Take me, please." Hey, everyone, just
Everybody come.
Everyone
on
will
down.
randomly be at Disney when we go there.
Yeah.
come on down, please.
I know we got to meet a lot of people on this trip, which was so fun.
God, oh yeah, seriously. How many points do you guys think we have? hey, you
I-
can,
I know you can carry them for 3 years. I sat in one of those rooms once before.
I was gonna say, hey, just buy some more.
Yeah,
Buy
just-
some more.
yeah, add some more on.
The cabins, all gas, no
All
brakes.
All
gas,
gas, no
no
brakes.
brakes.
So good, and I love this. I want Austin's sister to go. I need to be.
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
That's so funny.
She's
So
a
good.
cool girl.
Oh, and
Yeah.
yeah, 5 big booms for this group. Boom, the Costco guys. That is so funny. This is the point in the live where I
It's
could
just
be on here
getting
all night
crazy
and it's
now.
just getting crazy. Tower of Terror girly.
I
Hey.
really did enjoy it. I think when I wrote it, I was saying this to Corey after you guys had left, but I think when I had wrote it 2 or so years ago. I don't know if it was in the morning. I don't know if it was like an empty stomach. I don't know if I was like
It was
having
an empty stomach.
I
in
don't
the
know if
morning,
I was like
guarantee
having
no
a
one
bad
knows.
day or something, but like the last time I wrote it, I was like, I'm going to die. Like, I just remember having the most awful time, and I've always never wanted to feel that feeling again. So when we wrote it all together, and I did enjoy it, now when we wrote it the second time, we had a lightning lane for it. So I was like, okay, well, I'll ride it. And like, I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
But I was still scared, but I was brave.
Also,
okay.
sidebar, their random merch that they've recently put out.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Great
regret not
stuff.
getting the hat.
Great stuff.
Great stuff.
What was that? The level 13 maintenance, like elevator maintenance.
Yeah,
hat?
it's
Is that
called
what that one
Lucky
is?
13
Lucky
elevator
13, thank
maintenance.
you.
And I said, I need to buy that. I
Yeah.
didn't, but I should have.
Which
That's cute.
which I'll also touch on the merch. I'm a merch person, and you'll see this because we're doing obviously a haul of stuff.
Well, I don't even know.
We don't have a lot of stuff because I feel like for myself and maybe you, there wasn't stuff that I just like loved, and I kind of feel sad about it. That I feel like the Christmas stuff is like hit or miss,
the Christmas stuff was cute, but I feel like it just wasn't like our aesthetic necessarily.
and then also just like the
And then
other
they
merch,
were
there was
out
nothing
of-
that like spoke to
and
me.
they were out of the stuff
Yeah.
that we wanted.
And I'm kind of sad about it.
I ended up returning that Pluto quarter zip and I swapped it for the gray hoodie. But even we didn't bring
too.
home.
So here's the thing that's like annoying for me personally, just with myself. I'm at the age where it's like, I know I want it, but do I need it?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what I sit with. And I literally will be just like 90% of the time, Corey, just walk away.
Yeah, it's like a little loud right now.
And it's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff is very loud.
Cute.
Yes.
And if I was a local,
Cute,
my
but
closet
loud.
would be full.
Oh,
but
100%.
as not a local, I'm like, how often am I going to wear this? Like, am I going to gravitate towards this one at home or the ones I already have at home? Like, I have a Wilderness Lodge quarter zip that we wear almost all
I
winter.
wear my Wilderness Lodge t-shirt like every other day. It's so good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think they were in the transition of Christmas and 2025 merch were big, and it's like we're not buying 2025 stuff.
Not
And
It doesn't make
25
any
stuff.
sense. Why is the 2025 merch not coming out on January 1st? Am
yeah.
I the only one that doesn't? That was like somebody like bought a pin that was like, oh, we had to commemorate. I was like, it's December 8th.
Yeah, it was interesting. And I will say for us, some stuff on our list, like Jollywood, we didn't get a pin because they're sold out of the
that
pin.
was really
And
aggravating.
then I wanted the wanted the ornament. That ornament was made at home from
Janky.
Michael's stuff.
Yeah, it was absurd.
Not even Michael's. It was
like
cheap
a dollar
stuff.
store.
Made at Michael's, it would have been made
That
by
cost Disney
Louis Vuitton.
50 cents to make. We all
was
know that.
It was bad. We
was
picked it
bad.
up and I said, this is going to break on the way home, or it's just, it was like so bad. So,
Broken already.
so I think that it was that. And there was stuff like I would have got that Santa Mickey if they had it, which I thought they maybe would, and they just didn't. I think it just, again, for the sake of like, there was stuff maybe now looking back that I would have got, but I also am not pressed that I didn't.
yeah.
So I feel like the Jollywood pin is the only thing that I'm like actually sad that I didn't get.
That's a catastrophe. The pin
That
that
was
was so frustrating.
I was peeved.
The fact that they had that sort open before the party even started
Crazy.
literally infuriated me.
Now they're on eBay for $150.
Yeah, of course.
So dumb.
Of course. Matching Disney Avengers shirts for the trip is a must.
Love.
Gladly.
That would be
Iron Man.
We're kind of getting into these. Like there's still more questions. I'm sorry that we're
I'm ready
holding.
to
I can't wait for me to be Iron Man and just have Brianna.
Not Iron Man.
April says, when is the next Disney trip? And for Brianna and Corey, will you guys be doing another cruise soon?
Mm.
I mean, maybe nobody wants to share about, like, I don't know about trips. We don't need to share it, but
Maybe
like
people don't
maybe
have
people
one
don't
still.
have any
We
book.
actually
I
have
can share.
truly nothing.
We have
booked.
nothing right now. Yeah, we have no trips right now.
We have
and-
ideas working.
Yeah,
but
I
we
think
have nothing
ideas of
booked.
when we want to go. Realistically, when's the next Disney trip? Probably in July. Corey's sister and her boyfriend really want to go again. They want to go on like one big final trip before like life takes their kind of stroll.
And he's a school teacher.
And he's a
so
school teacher,
summer
so
is
we have
easiest
to
for
go in the
him.
summer with them. During April break, it's like $1,000 to fly, and
Not
you're not
bad.
going to catch me paying $1,000 to fly to Orlando.
Yeah.
So probably July. Will we be doing another cruise soon? I would love to go on another cruise in the next 2 years. I would either like to
The treasure
go
looks great.
on the Treasure. I think this is my only thing. I would like to go on the Treasure because I like to do the newest boats, like or things. I think that's fun. The other part of me, though, really wants to go for like 7 nights.
Yeah.
The only thing is with the 7-nighters is that they don't go out of, I don't think many go out of Port Canaveral.
It's out of Fort Lauderdale or Miami.
So we would be like going on just a Disney cruise versus like maybe a little bit of Disney and the cruise. But I can guarantee you that we'll go on a cruise, if not in 2025, in 2026.
We have 100% caught the bug of wanting to do a cruise again. It's not a
either
matter
every
of
year,
if,
every
it's a
other.
matter of when.
We definitely will.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's either going to be like every year we do a cruise or every other
year we do a cruise.
Yeah, the 100%.
Love it. We also don't have a trip like planned or booked. I would
Our
say
next
our
one
next
is
on the
our-
horizon is our honeymoon. We get married in June.
Yep.
And our plan is a September, October Disneyland and Alani, Hawaii trip.
Mm.
That is our plan of like the next actual
I want to
like,
go on that trip.
Yeah.
the next like solidified thing would be that.
Yeah,
We
that's
don't-
what
we
we're
don't
that's what
know
we're planning next.
The dates or like all the details, but like a Disneyland with Oogie Boogie Bash and Alani.
Yeah,
That's a big one.
Big one.
gonna be a big boy.
That's what I would say is our next thing. And then obviously
I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Alani.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
And
Hawaii
obviously
is my dream.
dream.
If I could move to Hawaii, that's where I would move.
There you go.
I feel like
My mother would move right there with you.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just so.
But I feel like it's one of those things that I think obviously like things could happen random. Like now that doing like a weekend trip, it's like who knows? You could just randomly one
It's like
Yeah.
pop in and do one.
Kind of
if
cheapy
you find a cheap flight.
moment
But that is our next like solidified
plan.
basically in the calendar that time of year.
Yeah.
That's our plan. Also, Ben, we can put a name
Ben.
to the husband name. Ben. Welcome, Ben. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Ben.
Disney history buff. And
Oh, that's
two,
Corey. Corey loves all the
That's
history.
me.
You guys can be buddies.
two try to comment, Ben.
Oh,
Don't even
yes.
worry. This little live chat is one of the safest places on the internet. I'll tell
Yep.
you right here.
Tell you that.
Ben, ask all the random Disney trivia.
Yeah.
I love it.
Go for it. The Tower of Terror ears last week. Rita got
Nice.
those are good. Like
Oh,
that
that's
no figment sweater, not for
No.
me.
That's not happening.
Not my style.
The Disney store stuff sells out so fast.
Yeah, it
Yep,
does.
Rihanna can
I bought
attest.
that Mickey Santa like sweater back in like November or like October. And I
Yep.
said, I have to get it now. And I just have to pray it's freezing cold on our trip or I'll literally never wear it. But
Brianna and I have learned that if you're on the Shop Disney website
and you want something,
you want
buy
something,
it.
you buy it. You have to just rip the band-aid and go for it because it's not going to be there. In the
Well, do
next
you want to
week.
know something that's so fascinating? So on the Shop Disney website, when the Cake Castle t-shirt, like
Oh,
the
yes.
3 came out. So I saw it. I bought one for myself. And then I was like, oh, all the Disney girlies are going to want to know this is here. So I linked it and was like, I just bought this shirt. Everyone like go and run. And within 2 or 3 days, it had made like 190 purchases. Like 190, I could check the data.
Wow.
So, and I don't, that was through like that link, maybe people
Yeah.
sending it, like doing it, whatever. But I think that's just the perfect example of like when something popular is there, one person can post it, 3 people, a lot of people on social media started posting that shirt came back. That shirt was gone. I ended up ordering one for Caitlin because she wanted one. So like, thank God I got one for her. But
Yeah.
it's like, you know, like those things sell out.
I have a serious question.
Hmm.
And this is probably hot take controversial. Is anyone else in the same boat as I am who does not like the Cake Castle?
I love it.
whatever? I don't like it.
Like the
Like-
aesthetic or them actually doing it?
Both.
I love it.
I literally see photos. I'm like, what did you do?
I like the aesthetic of it. Like I like that shirt, but I think that if I can see why people would have been upset if they went to Disney and it actually looked like that.
Yeah,
Like it looked like that, didn't it?
yeah. My
Yeah.
favorite
That's
favorite
crazy.
castle is like the current one, like
Yeah.
for the 50th. I just love it so much. But I would say like it is interesting how there are like there's even the one where like Stitch put toilet
Oh my
paper all
gosh,
over
that
the
would've been
castle.
wild.
That's
We-
so dumb.
They do a lot of random stuff, but Corey, I would agree. I think it's very
Bring back the Christmas lights.
Thank you. I was just
Yes.
about to say that. Bring back the whole drapery. Of
Why
lights.
are we doing things with toilet paper? We
yes.
should bring back the lights. You
Stick
got
the
enough
lights.
money, plug in
The
the
little
lights.
lights are not
Twinkling Clark, plug in the lights.
Yeah.
Benny wants to see the lights.
Svenny wants lights. Francesca bought the Very Merry jersey and the pin.
Oh yeah, that was cute. There was a lot of though. That was cute. We bought
Some
the
great
pin too.
selection. Yeah.
Great pins. Noelle is here. Welcome. Ask myself that question all the time about the merch. Am I going to wear it when I get home? Then like Corey, I walk away. I feel like that was a lot of the stuff this
I
trip.
had
Like
one of the spirit
Noelle, way to be responsible. Proud
Yes.
of you.
Yeah, you had one thing on your like list, and then it was just you
I
tried
put
it
it
and
on
didn't
and I
love
was
it.
like, I don't know.
Look, Elisa also didn't get a pin. So sad. Yeah, I knew obviously people that worked at the store because that was like the area that I worked in, and they said like the store opened at 4:30, but you couldn't come into the party until what 6. So the pins were sold out. They only had so many for each day.
They sold it at 6:30.
Yeah. So sad. And also, Tori, you took the words out of my mouth, my friend. The new, this is the hat that Brianna got.
Yeah.
That new play in the park stuff is
is
very cutie. I like it. I even like the button down shirt. Obviously, it's so busy for here. If I was a local, I would have bought that button down. I love
the amount of button downs I would own if I was a local.
Yes.
In my entire
That
life.
was good. I think there's a lot of potential there. And I would say, let's all hop on this new play in the park train early before everybody else likes it. We can say that we liked it first.
Yeah, I bought the hat.
Yeah. You did.
It's in the vlogs.
Okay,
You all see
it's like a cute. I styled it with my jean t-shirt, my biker shorts. It was cutie.
Yeah, very cutie. Honeymoon, awesome. Yeah, look, Alani's amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm excited. If anyone has Alani
They
tips,
do.
Oh, they have tips.
So I think we're gonna put a thing on Instagram.
We're gonna put a box.
A box,
Anybody's been to
'cause
Alani
we need help.
or Hawaii, let us know some tips because we
Yeah.
need some tips. Gotta do
sunscreen.
this.
That's my tip.
What is it?
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
Yeah, the Senses Spa. Oh yeah,
Yes.
we should do a spa.
We are going.
We have to.
Yeah, you should.
Duffy and
Gotta go
friends
full
explore
out.
around Oahu. Oh,
Yes,
look,
see, that's what
give
I
us
need.
everything,
I want to do
please.
everything in actual Hawaii.
please. We'll take a few more questions. Like I'm having a great time. This is
Me
just
too. I'm just hanging.
No,
We're just hanging
the
out.
dream lights. Yes, bring back the lights. Kate Castle first trip to Disney. Look at
Wow.
Oh,
Really
that's cool.
that.
That is cool.
Where was this? Ashley wanted the Fantastic Cup, and on TikTok people are finding them at Hollywood Studios, but not restocked online. I'm so sad. I've been checking every day. Phantasmic Cup. If there is,
Is
I
there
need it.
Phantasmic?
Is that what you meant?
I need that.
I need it too.
Wait, is that the cup that you showed me? That big one with the handle, the Phantasmic Mickey Sorcerer Mickey?
very much possible.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, maybe it is that one.
Oh, I literally pulled that. I was like,
kinda cutie.
Brianna,
Yeah.
look at this. It's like a 90s like tumbler thermos thing. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
April wants to know the best boat to try for Disney cruise. I'm not up to date on Disney cruise stuff. I know you guys are. I would say I'm sure that they all have
Are
lots of
fabulous.
different things to offer and are so different. But like you said, like the new one looks really cool, but I'm sure they all have something great to
So
offer.
naturally, Brianna and I are biased towards the Wish.
Yeah, but that's because
But
we've only been on that.
Treasure looks spectacular.
Yeah.
In terms of like everything that has to offer,
It
but
does.
everyone loves the
The
fantasy.
fantasy.
Yeah.
I would say, like, considering a Disney cruise, what do you think is the best boat to try? I think, hot take, don't think about the boat. Think about the destination of the boat and how long you want to be on the boat. Because, for example, like the Wish, you can only do 3 or 4 nights.
Yeah, I think
And
the
it's
most
going
is
to be
4 nights.
expensive because it's the newest boat and it goes to Castaway Cay and it goes to the Bahamas. The Treasure goes for
I think so.
3
I
or
think the
4 nights,
Treasure is
maybe
now
longer.
replacing what the Wish formerly did.
or
And
something.
now the Wish is getting extended trips in terms of like destinations.
You know, the other thing is like some of the other boats only do 7 nights, right? Like, where do you want to stay? So I think, you know, for us, I'll tell you why we chose the Wish. The first reason was it was the newest boat.
the newest boat.
Yeah.
That was number one. The other reason was we knew that we wanted to go into Disney, and so we wanted to go out of Port Canaveral.
Yeah.
And we also knew that we wanted at least a day at sea, and we wanted to see Castaway Cay. And so all those things, like, oh, and sorry, we also did not want to go longer than 4 nights. Like, we didn't know how we were going to feel on a cruise, so I didn't want my first cruise to be 7 nights.
Yeah, this is our first ever
Real cruise.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the Wish like played really well to all of those things. And it was also the biggest boat. I was like a little bit nervous about motion sickness. So I would say that the Wish played well.
The Wish was great.
If I had to
love it.
snap my fingers right now and go on a different boat, it would be the Fantasy.
It's fair. There we go. Love it. Disney cruise, the Disney cruise experts over
Yeah.
here. If you need any,
We don't really know much. We just
Hey.
know surface level information.
All I know is that tunnel vision is my favorite thing on the face
Yeah,
of the planet.
funnel vision.
Funnel vision, excuse me.
there you go. Where am I at here? It's the the plastic Stanley Cup. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That thing, yeah.
Yeah.
There, yeah. Madison got it in her haul. Very fun.
Yeah, it is. Cool.
And then Rita says, I don't collect the popcorn buckets, but the gingerbread house is to die for. Very cute one.
I collect popcorn buckets,
Brianna
the
has
standard ones.
I literally look at Brianna. I'm like, can we just take a popcorn bucket with us so we don't have to do this?
No.
Nope. We have to get whatever the newest one is.
Yep.
The one that we got, I adore it.
Oh my god, the Christmas one is
I'm gonna watch a movie tomorrow night. I'm gonna fill it with popcorn, and it's gonna be absolutely amazing.
It is so adorable.
Yeah.
Would Jesse says, would you try another cruise line?
Yes, however, I think I would really only try Virgin Voyages.
I was like, there's two I would try. So from what I've read on Virgin Voyages, I would try, and then I've read nothing but fantastic reviews on Princess Cruises.
Yeah, I for no other reason other than I'm not a big drinker. I know not that the other boats are geared towards drinking, but they have like unlimited like liquor packages, and they have the casino. Like we both don't gamble at all, so I think where the other ones are more cost effective, and I think that's amazing. They actually don't gear towards like two big things that are interest or that are not our interest. So I think like my mom's best friend is a literal like gold member on Royal Caribbean, like goes on like 2 to 3 cruises on Royal a year, absolutely loves Royal. And I love that she loves it. They like to go to the casino. She likes to have a drink by the pool. Like she likes that relaxing feel. Yeah. She likes to do the casino part. We just don't like that. So I wonder if we went on that cruise, like what we would find exciting. Because I like the Disney aspect of the Disney cruise.
I will say this: we were docked next to the largest cruise ship in the world, which is the Royal Caribbean of the Utopia of the Seas.
I don't even know how you could see it.
You need 14 days on this ship.
It was literally
that thing is
massive,
gigantic.
So no, I don't think that we would, other than Virgin Voyages or Celebrity or Princess, whatever you said.
Princess.
Yeah.
I think that we would probably try one, but it would be a Disney one, I would say first. And I don't know which one, and I don't know when, but I feel like that I was the same as maybe Brianna felt this way, where I like am still currently like apprehensive on a cruise because I'm like afraid of it and it makes me feel uneasy. But I feel like if I did do it, which we talked about this with you guys, that the only way that I could do it is how you did it with that room, because I think when I think of a cruise, I think of that I'm gonna have no window or like a little porthole, and I'm gonna feel like I just need like some air or like something.
Well, you just gotta get out.
Yeah, like how you did it was perfect. I feel like also we really truly are parks people. Yeah, or like that vibe. So I feel like that's also hard that we're in that stage, I would say.
I feel like right now we're in a stage of like go, where we're like we thrive on like the adrenaline almost, and like we're going on a trip and we come back and we need to go to sleep for a week. Like that's like the kind of trips that we go on right now. So I feel like once we're at a point in like, I feel like almost like I'd almost even more so if I had kids go on a cruise, which might be like contradictory to people, but I think then you could enjoy
relaxing. It could not be more different than a trip.
Exactly. Like you can go and take them to like the kids area and like kind of like even experience even more and really take advantage of that. I feel like that point maybe I would, because like at that point you're like, we want to slow down.
That kids area is unreal.
Right? Yeah. Well, like I feel like then there's like more little pockets. I just feel like, and I don't know if I would, again, I feel like I'd only want to go on a Disney cruise because I feel like there's more to it. Whereas like if I was going on a regular cruise, I'd rather just go to an all-inclusive resort at that point. Yeah. Like me personally, because I would rather be in the ocean and like enjoying like that, I think personally, but I've never done one, so I can't say for sure.
No, I was going to say that if I like, and again, I'm sure like the costs are not the same, but if I had to rank a cruise or like an overseas Disney park, I would rather go to an overseas Disney park, which I know those are probably not the same cost, but I feel like there's just other things on a list. Like obviously for us, we're going to cross off like Alani and Disneyland again next year. And then it's like, who knows? Like, I just feel like for us, like that, like in our current stage, like I'm a student and you don't think that far in advance of like what you want to do. But I think obviously at some point we will do it. But I think just right now it's not.
Yeah. And I also
our
think
cards.
too, like maybe with different people, like I feel like too with
With
different
other
people, maybe
people,
it'd be
yeah, it would
fun,
be
or
fun.
like with like family members, like yeah. So
Um,
we'll see.
We'll see. Callie is here. Hello, Callie, buddy.
Hi, Callie.
And me and James say hi.
Hi, James.
You got the musical bucket. I love that one.
That one's
I
cute.
have the musical
We
bucket.
have the musical bucket.
It's such a nightmare to carry around, but it's so
But
cute.
you
in
know
your
what?
house.
It's well worth the purchase just from a decoration piece. It's adorable.
Yeah. Disneyland Paris is on Ashley's bucket list. Love that.
Yeah, it's
Alaskan cruise, all the character outfits, like
Oh,
everything.
my
the
dad's
Alaskan
bucket
cruise,
list outfit.
absolutely.
I would
Love
really-
it. Llama
That's my
Floof
dad's
is
bucket list.
headed out. Excited and scared for the hand pie. Have
Let
a great
us
night.
know.
Safe trip.
Send us
Let us
the
know.
thoughts.
Safe travels.
We love it. And then Noelle says, I can attest a Disney cruise with kids is the best. We took our daughter for her
Aw.
12th birthday and she had so much fun. After the cruise, she asked if she could save to go on
That's
her own
cute.
Disney cruise. That's
Oh my god. Go girl.
Way to
I
go.
we appreciate you all here so much. Thanks to Brianna and Corey for hopping on. This was like random hopping on, but I'll plug all of our things quick if there's any last minute things. But our travel day was posted earlier today. Check that out. It's the first in our vlog series that started today. We're trying to get you ready for the holiday season, and the gifts will keep coming when Brianna and Corey's vlogs come out very soon. So that's fun. And on Monday we will have our very merry vlog, which is fun. And like Brianna said, you can see two perspectives. It'll be the same kind of stuff, but different little like little things and different angles and different people in the view. I think that's going to be so fun, and I know I can't wait to watch both of them and see what's going on. It's so fun.
You get to see Santa Goofy twice, which is a
yes. There he is down there at the bottom.
Did you already edit this vlog, or did you just do the?
So Heidi just did the thumbnail because we were going live tonight, and I wanted to be like, this is coming Monday. The vlog.
I didn't know like how long the video was.
Yeah, no, not edited yet, but I'm excited.
Tomorrow
or Sunday, I'm going to edit it for Monday.
Great thumbnail, though.
Yeah,
fantastic
great
job.
thumbnail.
Thank you. I thought it was cute.
Yeah,
I like our Diet Coke pic.
Look at us with our Diet Coke and our popcorn bucket. And I will say that we're going to have also after this, there's 3 more vlogs. There's still vlogs to come, so that's fun.
Yeah. And Brianna and Corey will have way more than
yeah.
that.
Yeah, they'll have more. You're going to be so fed for the holiday season. And their shop is closed right now for the holidays, but in the new year, it'll open up. Use our code Sunny10 at Magical Castle. We have our own Sunny merch over there. You can check that out. I know some people have been like sending us little pictures of them getting their stuff, which is so fun. We appreciate it so much. And I will say, obviously, for this year, the lives are done because now 2024 is going to come to a close and it's going to be Christmas and we're not able to go live. But in the new year, we've done this for the last year we did it. And our first live back will be everything Disney in 2025, which is all of the stuff to come, which will be movies, parks. We'll do a deep dive. It'll be your one-stop guide to like what's coming in the year, what we can get excited about. And we're going to stick it in a bracket to pick what we're most excited about.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Bracket.
But there's going to be movies, parks.
You got that date yet? I got to put it in my cal.
I don't. Let us know what works for you.
That's not helpful. We're planning.
No, I just want to be on my couch when
I
it's like cozy, and I just want to or in my bed and just make fun here.
I would say
I will send the link for that one. No one will need to see it.
I know.
I'm just, I want to be a part of that one.
Yeah, it'll be like earlier in the month, I would say, one of the first few weekends of the month. And then we'll have more lives. We're excited for the year. We got lives, lots of fun stuff, wedding stuff. We're just excited for the new year. And then later in the year, this is later, but the honeymoon. I'm excited for our honeymoon. It's not even here, but I just can't wait.
I have a question before we end.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about meeting Spen? You officially met Spen.
Love Spenny.
One of my favorite moments of the trip was getting little.
The pets.
Pat
from Spen.
My favorite. There he is. But we all hope, again, 2024, for us, was such an amazing year. And honestly, on our channel, we got the little thing the other day that we've been on YouTube for 5 years, which is crazy. And we just, again, we are so thankful for this little community that we have. It just means the world to us. So thank you for this year of memories and just all these little moments. We just love you all so much, and we can't wait for 2025 to see what comes and to be here with all of you. And we just, again, this has just been so fun. Thanks for coming live with us. Thanks for everybody who's always here in the chats and who's like hanging out with us. We just, again, you're all part of our family, each and every one of you. And we hope that you all have happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all those things. But the Disney World content will be here over the holidays. So definitely ring that bell so you don't miss any of that stuff to come on both channels. Yeah. We love you all so much. Enjoy your night. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And remember,
it's always
sunny. Get your pop. There's Ben.